here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
Good evening, dirt fans, and welcome. Man, we're live tonight here at Eldora, and we have got championship week night here for the Raiders division. Getting set for heat race number one. You know what that means? That's going to be the A&J Custom Creations. Doug is back up here in the booth with me, and I tell you what, it was awesome last week. Doug, tell us a little bit about old A&J Custom Creations.
Well, they specialize in laser engraving and CNC machining. Actually, they put together the trophies that are going to be given out to the champions tonight. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. Contact them, A&J Custom Creations, and order yours today. You and I were looking at those before we got on the air here. Man, those things look great, don't they?
Yeah, let me, I tell you what, just real quick here, folks, on the screen, look at some of this craftsmanship that they put out, and you're really going to love it here. I mean, that is just some of the work that these guys do. There's about 5 plaques right there that they have done for the past champion. And just like what Doug said right there, awesome craftsmanship. We've been talking about them all season long. They've been the primary sponsor for the Heat Race 1 throughout here. Now you get to see the kind of work that they do right there. I really love some of the engraving. I know y'all was talking about it, so forth and so on. So there's just kind of some of the work that these guys actually put into it.
8 laps the distance. Top 4 cars will qualify. 7 here to go in that A&J Custom Creations Heats, Kenny Kolsch, Tom Taylor, Cody Shantz, Tristan Rogers, Stephen Bixler, Rob Shaw, and Chris Whipple, all on the track, but only the top 4 will get to go into the feature and get the upfront starting spots.
Yeah, it is in the battle zone there for top 4. Steve Bixler, he has got heat going on behind him with Rob Shaw right there along with him, so we'll have to keep our eye on if Tristan's going to be able to get in there. But Tristan started at the top spot. Kenny, he's out front right now, hanging on to it. Cody and them's in a good battle.
And there's 5 cars all running at the front right now, but only 4 of those are going to get in. So even though we're watching Kenny out front in the good line he's running, the real race is just a couple of spots back behind them for position number 4. Actually, it's a 3-car battle now.
Yeah, it is right there where you got Tristan trying everything he can to put a slider on the inside. A great Eldora track here. Eventually, I think they're going to move up there to the cushion side, but they're still staying low for the moment. Single file. You might as well just say wing the cush bar, so to speak. But behind him, Rob Shaw, and that's what Bixler wants to see.
Yeah, and Bixler's in that spot right now. Love the Buffalo Wild Wings car. He's probably going there after he races here later tonight. They're racing side by side behind him, which is exactly what he wants, because now he can run the line he wants and hopefully get across that line in that 4th position.
Yes, it is right there. You can see them 2 men putting on some good synchronized slide. They make contact. Into the wall goes Whipple. Ouch. Not what he wanted to end up with. Up front, still Kenny's got it, but I tell you what, Cody is all over his back end.
Yeah, things have gotten real tight now at the front of the pack as Cody Shantz will take a look to the inside as they go into turn 3 this time. Does he have him? There's your slide job right there, and a little dirty on the slide job, but it got the job done.
Yes, it did. Kenny still out front, Kenny got knocked out. You know, I've always said they're trying to kill Kenny out here, and tonight they're doing it again. Poor guy, man, just cannot catch a break. White flag. Cody's going to come around out of the turn 4, and he's going to win it. And I tell you what, Rob Shaw's going to sneak up in there on that 4th place. What a heat race one that was.
Really was. A lot of changes there at the end, too. So one of the more entertaining heat races here. Good way to start the night at one of my favorite tracks, Eldora.
Yeah, old Tony Stewart's backyard, man, owns it here. Great NASCAR driver, dirt track man there. So, well, that pulls us up here to heat race number 2 here tonight. And, you know, we were just actually talking about this, and I always was pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, but it's the B-Fins, iRACING Paints and Graphics heat race number 2. And tell us a little bit about that B-Fins there.
Well, if you're looking to make your car look really good, and I've tried playing around with some of the schemes on these things, it's not real easy. So if you want a great-looking wrap for your car, top-quality custom T-shirt, anything like that, B-Fins is the place to go. And that's B-F-I-N-S is how you get a hold of them.
Tell you what, get a chance to do it on the first heat there. They snuck it up on us here, but the second one here, let's look at the lineup order here up front. We got 7 drivers there.
John Rayner's 302, Nathan Aldridge there in the front row, Nicholas Victory and Nathan Hall are in row 2, Lewis Meglin and Steve Shaw are in row number 3, and a guy we know, Roger Craig, is out there. Although, are we supposed to mention his name? I don't know, Joe. It seemed like we've been jinxing him lately, so maybe we'll just leave that alone, right?
Every time I start cheering him on, getting excited about him out there on the track, next day, you know, either somebody comes up and pile drives him out of the way, or he ends up wrecking. And it's like, And I know at one point he was driving the Pabst Blue. I think it's in his street stock machine. He drives the Pabst Blue Ribbons.
Ooh, the PBR car. All right.
Yeah, and I'm trying to wonder whether or not if it's the broadcaster jinx or he's just drinking a few of those. So I did watch the podcast they did. That's why I bring that up, because I don't know who the other gentleman was in there with him. I didn't catch his name. I know one of them, Roger, was over there, and he was drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon. And I thought, that explains it.
Well, you know those Canadians, right? You know, I mean, we always joke with them when they come down here to the States. But boy, we have a good time with all of them up there. The funny thing is, they drink our beer, we drink theirs. I don't understand it. I haven't been able to figure that out yet, but somehow it keeps working out that way. John Rayner, Nathan Aldridge. So we can't really call that a Coke can, because a Coke can doesn't have a wing on it, right?
No, it don't. You know, but I tell you what, maybe Coke bottle, or we'll have to see what it is. No,
we'll come up with something.
Yeah, John out front there, and then always some nice looking paint jobs these guys throw out. You know, these are 360 wing sprints out here. I call them the mighty midgets, because really, I'll be honest with you, we're going to set the going green flag here. Green. And Nathan Aldridge right there behind, or excuse me, Nathan Hall right there behind him. Call him the Hulk because he's in that full green machine. But green flag, and they're out there 2 by 2. But real quick here, Doug, and you know, I know you're really in already contact up front.
Oh, no, the Coke can got crumpled.
Yes, he
Somebody
did, boy.
stopped that. Hall's out in front now. He goes from third to first in this deal. He's now got the lead.
And I'm going to tell you what, John Rayner into the wall. So they're already crashing and bashing here. Steve Shaw's hanging on to the 4th place spot. Nathan Hall out front. They're spread out 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then what I was saying before, you're really technical in a lot of these cars out here, these carts they got. I pretty much look at these things as these guys are, the leader almost.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he did catch.
Did he get John Rayner that time? I couldn't tell if he got him or not.
Well,
okay.
Visually on iRacing, they got what they call a net code, but lap car right there involved. And Nathan Hall, he's still in 4th place. The problem is that car's slow. I think he's got motor damage. And he's going into the pits, and wow, what a change of events right there. Now, gonna have to see, because as of right now, yep, he drops the 5th. Wow, what a change, man, right there. But back to what I was saying there real quick here, because everybody's really kind of spread out now.
They really are, too.
You know the technical side of a lot of these 360 wing sprints here in this heat races. I look at them as these guys are pretty much just sitting on the transmission with a motor in front of them with 4 tires and a steering wheel.
It's the ultimate as far as stripped down. I say it's a frame with a motor and a wing. And that's really about all it is. Easy to work on. I mean, stripped down, just the fastest thing that you can run on dirt is right there, and a little bit of traffic. And I also got to say here, I got to give a shout out to Nicholas Vickery here, that 00, as he gets working through some slower traffic now, putting 302 of John Rayner down another lap. Scorers would love that car because it is easy to view. You'll notice it every time it comes by.
Yes, it is. And he wins the heat race number 2 here tonight. And Nathan Aldrich, in a wild one there. Now he's going to try to find a new way around the track. He's just going to celebrate a little bit.
Well, see if you can get some grip up there, I guess. And why not? You don't know if you don't go up there, right, Joe?
Absolutely. And I tell you, that was a wild heat race there. I mean, a lot of action early on. Kind of just took a lot of the drivers out and kind of some wild stuff. What puts us in heat race number 3? That would be the iRacing League Manager. And one of the main guys here is behind that one. Tell us a little bit about the iRacing League Manager.
Well, it's tough to run a league. And if you do run or manage an iRacing league, let iRacing League Manager make it easier for you. IRLM.com is how you can find out more information. I know a lot of you guys are getting started. And like one of my lines, a friend of mine always told me, Joe, is nobody's born knowing this stuff. So give them a shout, IRLM.com. Find out more information, get your league running smoother.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, here in the heat race, like you said, iRacing League Manager heat race number 3 here tonight, Eldora Speedway for the GForce Racing. Folks, I'm going to tell you what, this right here, championship night, we are crowning champions in all 3 divisions here tonight. Raiders, Rebels, and then the Renegades here, so it's going to be exciting. Well, we got our lineup here, got out there so far.
Gary Taylor's number 34 is going to start on the pole position. Love the look of that car. Jack Hitz, 217, will start in second. Nick King, Kyle Parker, they'll be in the 3rd row. Eric Dorsey and Mike Cranmer will be in row number 3. And ignore that Doug Elkins you might be seeing on the screen. He's on a microphone and not on the steering wheel right now.
Wow.
So my daughter won't let me run any dirt on here, Joe. She says she wants it all. Because she wants to know all the numbers are hers. I guess she's maybe afraid I'm going to get some bad stats and hurt her. So that's very possible,
Yeah.
She's a little bit than I am on this thing right now. So
I said it before, I'll say it again. My hat's off to these guys to get out here and do dirt, real life or virtual, because I just can't do it. I got a hard enough time trying to walk straight and try to drive sideways.
Well, with all the street stock stuff you have to go through even just to get to this point, that's extremely hard also. So you might think if you're watching this and you're watching one of your friends out there, they just log in and do this. There's a lot more to it than that. It takes a long time. It takes a long time just to be bad at this, Joe, let alone get out there and actually run up front for a little bit.
Pace trucks in. We're going green flag here for the heat race number 3 tonight. Gary Taylor, he stomps on the loud pedal and he's out front. And the top 4 guys right there in the group already, man, just heating it up. As you can see, battle up front, battle behind them. Boy, this could be disaster waiting to happen.
It sure could, and the bottom just opened up for Gary Taylor. He shot right up there. A couple cars were getting together, hitting Parker outside of him, and you can see Nick King kind of just hanging back there in 4th. He's going to hope that inside lane opened up, and you know what? It just did.
Yeah, it did. And contact between the top four. Kyle Parker, Jack Hitt right there. That's going to close in Mike Cranmer and Eric Dorsey to the back door of them. So it actually gives them a shot, but here comes Kyle back to the outside on that cushion.
Yeah, and you mentioned, too, Mike Cranmer and Eric Dorsey. They're the guys that are on the outside looking in, running 5th and 6th right now. They're having their own race right now, which is good news. And we've got to change of position now for 3rd as Jack hits up into that spot.
Jack Hitt, man, throws it in there, and actually, wait a minute, that's Kyle Parker up into the spot. No, I call this a crossover. Call it, just kind of unique. Maybe you'll like it here. What they're doing, I know there's a term for it, but I always call it kind of like the do-si-do, roundabout with them. Slide job, one puts it on, the other one crosses back over, puts another slide job on them. Awesome to look at when they get that thing going, but it's between Jack and Kyle right now, between 3rd and 4th.
And we got the leaders get together. King and Taylor get together. They're both over. And wow, this just got very interesting real fast.
Just like heat race number 3, we saw it.
They get together again.
Yeah, they're going to talk about it a little bit with the cars there. But man, that puts, they kind of split up Kyle and Jack because they had to avoid that right there. But Eric Dorsey, Mike Cranmer, white flag out. Those two guys now, it's like the Red Seas parted. They're going, hey, we just got a Christmas present way early here tonight. As they come out of turn 4, Kyle's going to win this thing here in the heat race number 3 and another wild one. Well, I'll tell you, these heat races tonight, who knows
like
it's going to be. Yeah, who knows what it's going to be.
Jack Hitt, Eric Dorsey, and Mike Cranmer are the ones who get in. Everybody else will go to the dreaded Consolation race, which will be coming up here shortly. But yeah, wild action here so far tonight, Joe.
Hey, guys.
Awesome. What's up, Roger?
How you doing, guys? Just sitting back, listening. Big deal there. Jack Hitt was out of the running and then got back in. Jack is leading going into tonight. So if you would have missed the transfer to the feature, that would have been huge.
Oh, man. Okay. Good deal.
Thanks for that, Roger. Appreciate it. That's
absolutely
big.
Well, we're going to bring it up here to the E-Toronto tickets, B main here tonight. We got 9 drivers, and the good thing about this is, and I always, every week, we have this discussion, but tonight all of them will make it in. So that is a good thing, kind of relief to some of these drivers. But E-Toronto tickets, the word or the name can be a little misconceiving on what it is, and it was the first time I ever heard it, but tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, you're right, because you'd think, well, I don't live in Toronto. I'm not going to a show in Toronto. But it's not just Toronto. It's Toronto and North America's ticketing choice for major concerts, shows, and sporting events. Remember, E-Toronto Tickets does not charge additional fees, so get your fee-free tickets today from E-Toronto Tickets. And believe me, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and so start buying those tickets now. We'll be at races, all kinds of cool stuff next year, all kinds of concerts, sporting events. E-Toronto Tickets, the place to go.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm trying to be very, 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 very optimistic here. So everybody in this race, they're in. So the only thing they're going to determine here.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, Kenny did not grid, and I'm still going to say it's still going to put him in, even if they don't grid. Roger, is that right?
Yeah, some series you have to make an attempt to qualify through the Consolation race. I know sometimes on a short field, if there was damage in the non-virtual world, they will wait and add you because you did make an attempt to qualify. So we'll hope Roger's listening and can clarify that for us.
Yeah, I'm really not sure because I noticed he was on. Obviously, we know Roger Duck there. You're doing the admin stuff and up here with, but any as far as
he's busy.
He's busy.
No, so I just checked. Kenny disconnected, which it could be that he's either frustrated or it could be a connection problem, and he's reconnecting. In which case, he should make the back of the green flag.
Okay.
And there's some storms up there too right now, so he could be in an area maybe just lost power, something like that. Cause there's some big storms. Tristan Rogers, Nathan Hall, down the back stretch, and look at this contact for second place, and heavy contact.
Nathan Hall's upside down along with the Gary. Man, I tell you what, they made contact, and Nathan Hall's upside down trying to see if he can't get that thing spun around. Not going to be able to. Up front, Nick King still the man hanging on to it, but old Chris Whipple's right there behind him throwing sliders, and he's got Rayner right there. Slide job not going to work. Boy, I'm going to tell you what is going on here tonight. These guys are just mayhem city happening on the track.
Well, Tristan Rogers liked it. He went underneath all that contact, was able to pick up second, and right behind him is John Rayner. As again, this is just for starting position. Remember, we qualified 4, so the winner of this will start 13th, and Nick King looking to be that one right now.
I'll tell you what, these guys are just getting out here, man, and just throwing haymakers left and right. John Rayner hangs on the 3rd. Nick King right there in 1st. Tristan Rogers hangs on to 2nd. Gary Taylor still out running. He's up there in 4th. Chris Whipple, Nathan Hall, both in the pits. Innie still has not connected into this one, so he's showing 7th right now. So everybody kind of split up a little bit here tonight. And we're here at Eldora here for the Consolation. Obviously, this is for folks here to be main, for everybody to make it into the feature. Or, before we get the feature, we're going to, get a little rundown on what the point situation is here. I'll throw up some graphs in a little bit. So I tell you, it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be interesting as Nick King still got that top spot.
And, it's kind of nice, even though we're sitting here and we want to call side-by-side battles, and be Mr. Cool race announcer type, for these guys going in to the feature later, having everybody stretched out like this is probably not a bad thing. They can run some different lines, try some different things, not have to look over their shoulder and get ready for the feature. Test
session, so to speak, out here. And usually that's kind of what, if you know you're going to come in, or I would think so, if you know you're going to come in and obviously, make it into the feature already as the white flag flies for Nick King. Like you said, no matter if they're spread out or not, you can actually just come in and go, well, I could use this for a test session. What lane's going to work,
exactly.
What's not? As you can see, Nick's kind of traveled up a little bit towards the cushion. He comes out of 4. He's going to win the E-Toronto tickets B main. Tristan Rogers is going to come in 2nd. John Rayner 3rd. Eric Taylor's going to hang up in the 4th here. So it has been an interesting night for the Raiders so far. These guys have just ground and pound on each other all night long.
But good racing, like you said. And now we're all set. The field is ready to go. They're going to get a little chance to go out and do some warm-ups, maybe play with their setups a little bit, and then we'll be back with feature action. But this is the last points night, like you said, Joe. And it's been when did this all start? How long have they been going?
Back in May. June.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's been 4 months of time.
About June. I think it was June.
June?
Week 11, yeah, this is week 11. And
week 11.
An off week, so we've been going all summer. And we run in parallel with the iRACING season, so they have a 13-week season, and then they have a major build every 13 weeks, so we follow that.
Well, we'll step away here for a second, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. National Anthem.
by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we're back here tonight. Feature time, 25 laps here, and that puts us up on the Strickland GMC feature here tonight. Doug, it has been a wild one for the heats and the Consolation, and I got a feeling this feature is going to be just as crazy. That was a little bit about old Strickland GMC. Yeah, the first heat was wild.
The first heat was the only one, really, that was clean. Then after that, everything got wild. But I'll tell you, go on up to Ontario, Canada. Strickland GM out of Brantford, Ontario. That's where the winners go. And go see Rick Scott. He's a friend of ours, and he'll show you what's the new latest GM line. For those of you that might have some towing to do, maybe you got a trailer you're doing around, or you're just a workman who's out there working hard. GMC truck, brand new ones. Boy, they're nice too, and they cut you a real nice deal. Mention that you heard about them here in the iRacing League, okay?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, getting set here. Go green flag. Let's throw up the grid right fast order here, and who we got?
Cody Shantz on the pole in the 21. Nicholas Vickery right there with him. Kyle Parker and Tom Taylor in row 2. Lewis Meglin and Jack Hitt, and this is a big race for Hitt tonight as he's the point leader coming in. He'll start 6th. Stephen Bixler and Steve Shaw, they are in position 7 and 8. Eric Dorsey, Rob Shaw, they're in 9th and 10th. Nathan Aldridge and Mike Cranmer, they are in row number 6. Nick King and Tristan Rogers in row 7. John Rayner and Gary Taylor also out there. Nathan Hall, Chris Whipple, and I think Kenny, I don't think we got Kenny back, so he didn't make it with us tonight. But a big right for Jack Hitt is he could win himself a championship tonight, right, Joe?
I think he could. I think he's going to be able to pull this thing off here tonight. So we're going to definitely have to see what happens to him here as we're getting set to go green flag. And, boy, I tell you, 18 machines out here.
Hey, guys, just jump in. Keep your eye on Jack Hitt. He's got the lead with 598. And then Nathan Aldrich has 531 coming into tonight. And Kyle Parker has 527. But they get 2 drop weeks, so that could change everything.
Interesting. So Hit has a strong run. Well, you know what they say, if you're going for championship, just go out and win the thing, and then you don't have to do all that math. Cody Shantz out in front with a 0-0 and Nicholas Vickery right there. Yellow out early.
Yeah, yellow's out already.
Well, we were not surprised, as we were saying earlier. So I did catch some of them talking to him on the drivers' meeting about trying to be a little smooth out there, but caution out early here in this one.
All right, let's see what's out there. That is actually Mike Cranmer right there. Back here on the replay, see what happened to him. Oh, just got a little contact from behind and then just got punted and went right on around.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, too. Like you and I were talking as we were watching some of the practice while the anthems were playing. A lot more drivers going up to the outside, more of that traditional Eldora line. Because when you think of Eldora, that's usually what you think of, right up on the wall, kind of like the Darlington of dirt racing. And we saw a lot of that in the practice. Will we see it in the rest of the race? We'll have to wait and find out 4 laps in.
Well, right now we were talking about... we're actually talking about points. Right there on the screen, you can see the points. Flash it up for you really quick. Roger was mentioning run a caution here. Jack Hitt has that lead, and it shows you how many races he's driven, incidents that he's been in, which basically in iRacing means how wrecks or how many times been off track or touched the wall, so forth. Total laps done, and not sure what that last one is right before it. Not sure. The points weeks dropped. It's got, I'm gonna say the parentheses right there is the 1 week that he's dropped. What you think, Roger? Is that right?
Yeah. So that means that they dropped that week already. That's already been calculated into the points. So.
Well, if there's 2 drops, you're already dropping the lowest one already, right? So.
Yeah, and
makes
then
sense, right?
The second lowest one after tonight if you've already dropped it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Good way to do that right there. Good start for Shantz. Boy, he's just driving away from Nicholas Vickery here. And you can see all the top cars right up there on the lip.
Absolutely. As we're back here in green, out front, you got old Cody still hanging on to it. Action all over the track so far. Boy, he is just long gone up there in the top side cushion. Actually, most of your racing is going on around here about 7th to 8th place spots. You got Steve Shaw, Lewis Meglin, and they're already doing some slide jobs up front there with Steven Bixler.
Yeah, that's where everything's happening right there. And Jack Hitt, you can see it looks like he's being a little careful right now. And as we say that, he gets underneath 2 cars that get together. Boy, that worked out for him, didn't it, Joe?
Yes, it did. That was actually Tom Taylor up into the wall. Tristan Rogers was involved. John Rayner. Let's go back and see exactly what happened on that mix-up there. But like you said, Jack Hitt, the hits just keep on flying there. And I always say he's got that Jack Daniels machine, and I tried to tell him one time throughout the season, I said, maybe you need to change that, because it seems like every time I turn around, somebody trying to get a sip on the back end of that. And what I'm seeing right now is Tom was blinking a little bit. I don't know if maybe that might have caused him and Jack got up there, and a car in front of them. Not sure. I believe that was Christian. Got up into the wall, and then Tom had nowhere to go, and then obviously Jack kind of just started an accordion effect. Everybody's there, and got Nathan Hall slid around a little bit. So yeah, the bad thing about here on dirt with the tracks as small as they are, the next thing you know, you're out there riding along, and then boom, you got carts in front of you all over the place.
Sometimes there is nowhere to go. You can be just minding your own business, and the next thing you know, you're on the back of a hauler or in the back of a tow truck getting loaded up back to the pit. But boy, that was close for him. And obviously, I would think that Jack would be driving a little differently tonight than maybe he would have in the second or third week, because when it's tight like this and you're the point leader, you do have to kind of protect a little bit, don't you, Joe, and not do anything silly?
Well, you would think so. Now, if we really quick while we're still in a caution here, let's bring up this graph, and we're looking. He has from my understanding with the drop and all, again, we won't know 100%. We're pretty much about 95% right now on it. As we look, he's got points of 598 to 531. That is a pretty good substantial lead as we go back green.
That's a good lead.
That is a good lead. So I'm not sure if he's thinking, okay, I might have this in the bag, might not. I always don't want to give it to a guy too early, but I'm with you. But man, he is definitely on the wheel tonight up there on the top side cushion. He's definitely battling Nicholas.
Yeah, so much for taking it easy, right? As he's down at the bottom, looking for, say, there's a classic slide job 101, and then right back to it. We got another car back behind him, just surfed the wall. That was, I think, Lewis Meglin who ended up into the wall, and that is the reason for our yellow.
Saw it live as it was happening. Unfortunately, Lewis Meglin, he got up there, put a slider in it. That cart just kind of slid up the track, caught the outside wall, and I think that's going to be a norm we're going to see all night long here, Doug, is what these guys, the closer they get up there to that cushion and the further up they go, they're going to get, it's a fine line between danger. I mean, they're going to try to get as high as they can to get as much grip and a bite coming off the turn, but they also got to worry about that rear tire slapping that wall, and it's almost like crazy glue. It gets stuck to it, and next thing you know, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you call them sticky walls, I think you called them last week. But boy, if there is a track that lends itself to slide jobs, it's Eldora. It's one of the widest tracks out there, and normally there's a cushion to catch you if you go up there. So I have a feeling that is not the last slide job we're going to see this week in Championship Week.
Absolutely. What's up, Preston, Bill, Lofton, D, Heavy, Nathan? How y'all doing out there tonight? Want to appreciate everybody tuning in. We're Eldora Speedway here, season finale here. We're going to crown some champions here in the Raiders division. Got to give a shout out awesomely to the Ohsweken Stream Team, Ohsweken Speedway up there, for all those guys do. GForce TV here on YouTube. And also I got to appreciate GForce Racing League for allowing OSR Network, online simracingnetwork.com, your home for fun and exciting sim racing, allowing me to bring this awesome action to you here, because it has been an awesome season. It has been an awesome summer season. It comes to a conclusion here tonight as we're going single file, and I've said before here, Doug, this actually benefits the leader hugely because he's able to get a shot out front.
Absolutely, and of course, in the non-virtual world, they'll usually put a cone out on the front stretch, and you have to be single file even when you're coming through here. So same principle, minus the cone. But boy, what a nice start for Cody Schatz. He's been great on the restart so far tonight as he's pulled away a little bit from the second place driver, and this is going to be fun here. Now we got to see what Hit can do, because he's fallen back a little bit from second place victory as well, and he has somebody back on his butt now.
Absolutely. Boy, I'm watching this battle right back here. Rob Shaw, Steve Shaw, the Shaw and Shaw show, as they get back there and get contact. Boy, the Buffalo man went up there with a star, put another one down. That's Nathan Hall into the wall. These guys are just knocking each other's teeth out here tonight. I tell you, it has been a wild one here at Eldora. I would have not have known. And there you go, Gary Taylor. Ouch. I don't know if you saw that one there. Caution out. He just destroyed that cart.
I was watching in second place as Nicholas Vickery was gaining on Cody Schatz, and he ended up bouncing that 00 off the wall pretty hard too. I wonder if he's got some damage there. So that's what happens, you know, when you run up next to the wall like this. A lot of people over the years have tried to knock them down. You know what? They're still standing, Joe.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, out front, man, Cody's still the man holding on to the top point. Nicholas right there. The top four was single file and pretty much spread out. The battle was really on around about the 6th, 7th place spot. And those guys were just clamoring. And, wow, it's a wild one here. And, again, just real quick here to reiterate, folks, and I know Roger's there keeping an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
You see the points battle there on the screen. That's the top 10. Jack Hitt still the man out front. Nathan Aldridge right there sitting in second. Kyle Parker. And you remember Kyle, he's running in 4th right now. He's not that far off from Nathan, so that's going to be a close battle as Nathan is sitting in 6th. So a battle we're really going to have to keep an eye on, as don't really like giving it to anyone, but if Jack keeps doing what he's doing, he's keeping him at bay for that top spot. Here's going to be essentially a green-white checker.
23 complete, and like I said, we'll come around once and then hopefully get a clean lap on lap number 2, but quite the finish. And right now, like you were saying, right where he wants to be, I think, is Jack Hitt. Sometimes in a situation like this, you can sit back, watch the leaders, and if they get together, sneak underneath and maybe win the championship and the race on the same night. But he is in 3rd in that Gentleman Jack car.
Strickland GMC featured tonight here for the Raiders. Green flag flies. We're back out front. Cody's got it there, puts the hammer down behind him. You got Nicholas Victory. He's got trouble with Jack. Jack says, you know what, I want a few more spots. He's going to try that low line, see if he can't put a slide move on him. Not going to happen. Kyle Parker's got heat from actually Jack hit, falls back a little bit. White flag, it doesn't matter. I've always said it doesn't matter to kill each other now. It's going to end.
Wow, what a battle we've got up front now as Nicholas Vickery is on the leader trying to get the high side. And I noticed right there, too, Cody Shantz just changed his line, went low that time, and he will get the win.
Yes, he does. Cody is going to pull off the win here tonight for the Strickland GMC feature. For the Raiders, Nicholas Vickery going to come up in second. Kyle Parker going to come up in the third here. Stephen Bixler the fourth, and Nathan Aldridge rounds the top five. So we'll try to real quick as Roger kind of calculates up some of the points here. Raiders. Now we'll see if we can't get a couple of these guys up here, get a word with them. But man, what a
Malcolm
night
Mills Victory Lane.
Yeah, Malcolm Mills Victory Lane, absolutely. And man, what a night to pull. I mean, this has been a wild one. The heat started off crazy. The feature was crazy. I mean, if this is what we expect from the Rebels and everything else, it's going to be a wild one here.
Well, August racing usually goes like that. In the non-virtual world, most of the championship, the dirt tracks are wrapped up by Labor Day weekend. So as August tends to go, the racing tends to get wilder, as this one showed us tonight.
Looks like we got a couple of these guys down here in the pit area. There we go.
Yeah, I don't see Cody.
There's Cody. There we go. Jack hit.
Oh, there he is.
Join Kyle in third. Jack's down there. Actually, Jack's our championship, so we'll last talk to him. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Jack Hitt's gonna pull off the championship here tonight, and rightfully so. He ran a fantastic race and so forth and so on. But Nathan Aldrich, I don't see Nicholas or Kyle. So, well, let's bring up the man who put it in victory lane. Cody here tonight in the Malcolm Mills victory lane. We're appearing to Malcolm Mills victory lane here tonight. Cody's Joe White in the boots. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, Cody, man, what a run up front. Is there was you a little bit worried maybe on some of those restarts with some of those guys behind you?
A little bit. One of those restarts, I got real squirrely. I put my right rear into the wall. Gave me a damage flag. I guess it pushed the whole rear axle over to the left, and so the car was real squirrely from there on. I had to play with the wing a little bit pretty much the whole race, but finished it strong and was able to get a victory.
Hey, no doubt about it. Definitely was an awesome run for you tonight there, and you look strong here in the Raiders and out front there, putting it in victory lane. So, what are you thinking about the rest of the night for you?
Fortunately, this one's going to do it for me. I got some other obligations I gotta attend to. I'd love to be able to run the B tonight, but not looking like I'm gonna make it tonight.
Hey, well, I tell you what a way to cap off the season and cap off tonight with a victory here. You got anybody you want to thank for it?
I need to thank Blake Deponette for spotting me that whole race. He did awesome. All the guys over at Wolf Racing that keep us fast. Dirt Panda, SMK Racing, you guys for broadcasting this, and then GForce for putting it on.
Well, no doubt about it. And I tell you what, Cody, an outstanding job, an outstanding run here tonight. That's your winner here, Malcolm Mills victory lane here tonight for the Raiders. Old Cody putting it out front. So let's see. Let's get a word in with our third place man here. Be Kyle Parker. Kyle, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Kyle, I tell you what, tonight you were just digging in the dirt out there, just trying everything you could. You came home in third here. Is there anything you maybe could have done to run down Nicholas or Cody there late in the game?
Yeah, if I didn't get in the wall right there and mess up my front wing, I probably would have had a shot. But after that, I tried putting my wing position down, and it was just completely tight. So I had to keep it low just to have it bring it into the turn.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, right now it was definitely an awesome run for you to bring it home in third here tonight for the Raiders. It was a season finale. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Spartan Racing. Put it together. about almost 2 months ago, and I think we're getting it rolling pretty good here. So that's always fun. And then I got to thank GForce for giving us a chance to run all these races and be broadcasted so everyone can see. And then I got to thank, as always, you for broadcasting and my fiance for letting me do this every night.
Absolutely, gotta love it. And I tell you, Kyle, it was an awesome run for you here to cap off this season. Again, congratulations on that 3rd place.
I appreciate it, Joe.
If I can jump in too, it's not over for Kyle because he is leading the overall points race for all divisions. So stay tuned. You may see his name show up on a trophy before this week is over.
Oh, there we go. With the place man here. 3rd place man here. As we're going to go up here and get our 2nd place guy here. That's going to be Nicholas Victory. Quick, get him up here. Nicholas, Joe at the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Nick, I tell you what, you was able to pull it off here tonight in 2nd place. Any way that you might have been able to reel in Cody there to get the win?
I don't know, man. He was definitely quick. He started playing with the lines. I was talking to him a little bit in the waiting room. He was playing with the lines, and I was hoping he was going to stay on the bottom because I knew that I was fast on top. But yeah, I mean, it worked out. I was starting to catch him at the end, and then he took the defensive line going into 3 on the last lap, so there wasn't anything I could do.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Nicholas, you definitely had a fast machine out there. The single file start. Sometimes I always say kind of benefit the leader a little bit. Kind of time ran out. Like you said, you were bad fast. But come home in 2nd here, cap off the season for the Raiders. Anybody you want to thank?
Yes, sir. First is Spartan Racing. Me and Kyle Parker put together a team, and we're trying to get recognized. And then Mirror Image Auto Spa, Baton Built Racing's engines, and of course my wife for letting me do this.
I gotta always thank that. I love it. Well, as always, again, congratulations on that 2nd place there, Nicholas.
All right, thanks, Joe.
All right, well, now we got time here, but folks, we're not done because, like we just said, it's championship night. Roger, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Okay,
who, give us a rundown here.
We're gonna bring Nathan in first.
Okay, Aldrich. All right.
Hey, Nathan.
Howdy, Roger.
How you doing, Nathan? Great run. A little bit short. You finished 2nd overall on the season.
Yeah, Jack's fast.
Well, top 5 will transfer up to Rebels, so you'll be facing a little tougher competition next season.
I'm excited for it. This was my first full GForce season.
You guys have any questions for him?
Outstanding season, Nathan. I tell you, that's all I got to say. I was watching all this season. You definitely got a fast machine. Like you say, come home in 2nd in the points. What a hard fought one. Like, you know, to be able to move up in the series, it's always a good thing because it shows you talent you've got on the track. Again, congratulations on it.
Thanks, Joe.
Another shout out too to Nathan. He admins our one recruiting race, the street stocks, and if it wasn't for guys like him, this league would not be as strong as it is. So kudos to him for that, and on a great season.
Well, there you go. 2nd place man in the points tonight, bringing it home in the Raiders. Nathan Aldrich right there. Well, got next here, Roger.
We got the champion in the room. He held on.
Jack Hit. Well, I always said. Always, sorry about that. Always said that the hits keep coming, and I tell you what, the man definitely, he showed what he was made of, like championship material here tonight. He brought it through the field and was able to hang on here. But bringing it home for the Oshwegan Stream team, the Raiders division, you are the champion, Jack. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good, man. It's been a lot of fun here. Great league, good times, good races.
I always say they can't take it away from you now unless they go and break down your virtual machine and they find that you've had some illegal parts, but let's hope not. But either way, you've been fast all season. It has been very, very interesting and very exciting to watch you race there. And I've gave you a hard time about that Jack Daniels on it because it's kind of fitting in your name and everybody wanting a piece of it. Sometimes they get into you and sometimes they don't, but what a way. And take us through, did you think you was going to be able to pull this championship off early in the season?
No, it wasn't really until about halfway through. I think I had like a first, second, and a third back to back and kind of pulled away a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, you are the champ, sir, and I tell you, it was an awesome run. You almost pulled off the victory tonight here, but you kind of fell back to 6th there late going. You was up there in the top 3 for a little bit. You got anybody you want to thank for this championship and this awesome season that you've had here in the Raiders?
Yeah, I tried to see if the wall was the fastest line around the track there, so that's why I fell back. It didn't work out, but I got to thank Roger and everybody behind Roger in the league, and you, of course, for putting on the broadcast, and got to thank my wife for putting up with me doing this, of course.
Well, yeah, I always love it, you guys out there, thanking the girlfriends, the wives, and all that. You got to love it, because I thank mine, too, for letting me do the broadcast and so forth. And, hey, she's definitely going to be happy tonight, because you are the champ here, pulling it off. Jack Hitt, like I said, look out for more of him, because this man is definitely bad fast here. Jack, again, congratulations on being the Raiders champion here this season.
Thanks, Joe.
All right. Well, Doug, I tell you what, season for the Raiders was exciting. Tonight definitely was awesome to conclude the summer series here. And Jack putting it in victory lane. We're not done. We got 2 to go. We got the Rebels and the Renegades here, and to crown some champs there. So, any final thoughts before we to the Rebels?
Well, when I was listening to Nicholas in Victory Lane, and we were describing it as we watched, Cody Shantz just took away any chance he had of possibly pulling off a slider by the low inside run in 3 and 4. So a smart move by Cody Shantz, but again, you got to give it to Jack Hitt. No aspirations of a championship. Got off to a great start, kept that ball rolling, ends up with the championship trophy from our good friends over at A&J Custom Creations.
Absolutely, and he's going to get one of those awesome plaques that we earlier on. Yeah, they looked awesome there. Good craftsmanship and work. Well, folks, there you go. That's the Raiders there. Jack Hitt puts it out front as the champ. Cody puts it there in victory lane here tonight. That concludes the Raiders, the Ashwegan Stream Team Summer Series. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in a few. We got the Rebels left here. So don't go nowhere, folks.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washouican Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
All right, welcome out, dirt fans here tonight. We're about to roll out here with heat race number 1 for the Rebels. And I tell you what, if you just saw the Renegades there, what a wild finish to that one, if it's any indication here. But these are the Rebels here tonight, the Washouican Stream Team, and heat race number 1, obviously A&J Custom Creations. Doug, tell us a little bit about that A&J Custom Creations, because I know they do some awesome work.
Yeah, we just looked at some of the trophies they just gave to the division that ran right before this, but they specialize in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque that they produce. Get a hold of them, A&J Custom Creations. Order yours today. Good looking stuff. You and I both wanted one of those. I know we did. You know, they look really good.
I like that. It does look really nice. I mean, I like the wood craft that they do and everything that they've done on it. But real quick here, we'll get on our grid in order too here, because it looks like we got 10 machines out here tonight.
David, I believe it's Callahan is how that is. I believe the G's silent. Steve Fernberg is in the front row with him. Aiden Young, who has already won the championship. And remember, there's a race within a race here, because the top 5 in points, they get to move up to the Renegades, the A division. So we'll be talking to Roger later on about that. Corey Cussler's with him in row 2. Bruce Hilton and Maxine, what do we call him? Langevin, I think is what we called that one. He's in row number 3. Andrew Smith, Stephen Bixler, there in the 4th row. And Blake Doyle and Pat Davis round out the starters. Like we said, Aiden Young, he'll start 3rd in this one. He's already won the championship, so we have to wonder, Joe, I mean, do you just go for it or do you lay back? It's going to be interesting to see how he handles this.
Absolutely. We're getting set here to go green flag here for the first heat race here tonight, and it is going to be a wild and exciting one here. I remember the first one last time around was a wild one. And like you said, Aiden Young pulling this thing off already, but like what you just mentioned, racing the race here as Pace trucks in out front. David Callaghan right there, along with Steve Fernberg and company. The green flag flies. Top 4 is going to advance to the feature. You got Aiden Young battling it out back there, and you also got Maximum Force out there. He's definitely going to want to try to see what kind of force, but look at old Bruce Hilton there on his back.
Right now, watching Callaghan out in front, and looks like Aiden Young is going to pull right along on the inside with him and take over 2nd place. Almost got into the leader as they work down the back stretch, but a good run by the 69 of Aiden Young as he's now up into position number 2.
Aiden Young, young man right there. He runs that evil motorsports machine. There's a slider on the inside, little contact made right there, bump and run, so to speak, and it makes a wild one. Stephen Fernberg is going to pay for it, and it is a pile up front.
Wow, lots of folks involved. I don't know if anybody got through there. I know one car that did. Callaghan up at the top side was able to get through, and no yellow. We're still racing.
Well, in the heat races, there are no yellows. In the B main, there is no yellows. So that it's just all straight through and going. The only time we have yellows is actually the feature. But that hurt Blake Dole right there in the process. Battles on here. Maximum's hanging on to 4. Steve Fernberg is right there in the 4th place spot. He has got Andrew Smith and Corey for 2nd, and then you got Steven right behind him. So you got a 3-car battle just right there in a battle for a 3rd. It'll be for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah, we wondered what Aiden Young was going to do, but the way that crash worked out just kind of handed him the lead as we watched the battle for that number 2 spot. Smith in the 79, Cussler in the 26 as they battle right here. Down in the bottom, the 126 of Cussler's creeping up, but as we say that, Smith comes right back. This is a good 3-car race. Steven Fernberg's got the best seat in the house to watch it.
Aiden Young definitely riding off in the sunset. He's going to be able to put this thing in victory lane for the NJ Custom Creations Heat Race 1 out of turn 4. It's going to be a drag race out there. Corey Cussler's going to hang on by Andrew Smith's going to hang on by mere inches over Corey for 2nd. Steven Fernberg's going to hang on to that last transfer spot of 4th place. What a wild race here tonight at Eldora. I'm going to tell you what, it's different from what we saw last week at Volusia. Volusia was a very slick, very racy style track there, Doug, for these cars last Monday. Tonight, definitely racy, but it also seems like, man, it is a all-out brawl as we go into the heat race number 2, the B-Fins iRacing Paints and Graphics heat race number 2. And you know, and I know Doug, B-Fins does some outstanding work. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, if you're looking to get your car looking good, and you can see a lot of these out here, there's some beautiful race cars and wraps that people are doing. That's what B-Fins does. They get wrap, or they can do custom T-shirts. So whether you have a business, whether you want to do something with your iRacing team, B-Fins, they are the people to get a hold of.
Yes, it is. We have got right out here, and yes, folks, Roger is going to race in this one. Now, Doug is not. Doug is actually the person up here in the booth with me. But Roger is going to be in this one. So if you know the kind of running that's going on throughout the season, every time I get excited with Roger up front, next day you know somebody either tries to run him off the track or run him out of the arena here, or he ends up wrecking. So hopefully he does pretty good. I know he's had a good finish here once tonight, but real quick, let's flash up here the gridding order and see who we got out here.
And of course, Roger's trying to work his way into the top 5 and move up. He's 6th right now. Nicholas Victory's 00, and Kyle Parker are on the front row. Blake Chapman and Michael Redding are in row 2. Matthew Croak and Nathan Aldridge in row number 3. Barry Goldner and the aforementioned Roger Craig outside of him. So let me see, they're about a little over 2/10 apart on this. Victory was fastest in this bunch, so we'll see how this goes in the B-Fins qualifier number 2.
Yeah, it is. Just said B-Fins heat race number 2 here tonight. Nicholas Vickery and company, Kyle Parker up there, and remember Kyle and Nicholas, you know, they were a good one. Nathan Aldridge out here were a good battle there in the Raiders as far as points goes. Nathan Aldridge pulling it off in 2nd place. Kyle up there along with him. Here we go. Green flag's about to fly. It has been a wild, crazy season finale here for the summer division here for the Oswegan Stream Team. Raiders, Renegades, Raiders, Rebels, and Renegades. There we go. We get it right out here tonight. We got the Rebels out here, so get a little tongue-tied every once in a while. Get all excited up here.
It's easy to do. You know, Nicholas Vickery, we just watched him in the race before this. I know you like the Skittles car. I know you're always talking about that one. So that's right. I actually went to a convenience store the other day, bought a bag just off of that. So look at this, 3 wide for a moment for the lead as it's Vickery to the top, and down to the bottom is Kyle Parker.
And you want to talk about, man, the top 4, Blake Chapman right there. He's got his hands full with Michael Redding. That man's got evil motorsports and evil intentions to try to take the lead. He drives it down to the inside, trying for a 3-wide slide job. Not going to happen. Kyle Parker's up there. Definitely 2x2 with old Nicholas Vickery. Those 2 guys, man, are putting slide moves, and he puts the job on him. Here comes Michael Redding to the inside.
Yeah, Kyle Parker made the move there. Redding tried to follow him through. He's going to try the same thing here down on the inside at turns 3 and 4. And in that final qualifying spot is Blake Chapman. Remember, top 4 gets you in. You don't have to run the consolation race. And he might be just sitting back watching these leaders, too, as now they're finally single file with Kyle Parker at the front.
Got Blake Chapman hanging on that final transfer spot right there in that Skittle Mobile, and behind him, Nathan Aldridge outside looking in. He would love to see what he could do, kind of traveling up under that top side wicked cushion for a moment. You got Barry Goldner battle back again for second place. Here comes Michael Redding. He loves a slick style track. He's going to see if this thing slicks off. Slide job right there on the second place. Nope, here comes a do-si-do around him. They'll do a crisscross. Here comes Nicholas back on him. Beautiful, beautiful crisscross style moves.
And that was nice, too, because Vickery waited to move up that time, and right back at him is Redding. Heck, we can just sit right here and watch this all night long. This is some good stuff right here, Joe. Oh, contact, and it'll be Vickery into second, and the evil car of Redding did something evil there. He's back to third.
Yeah, it is. That's going to put him in the clutches there, Blake Chapman. But again, boy, I tell you what, Michael Redding says not today. Fires back to the inside of Nicholas there for the moment. Boy, that did not. He rattles his cage, and then he gets up there, slaps the side of old Nicholas. Nicholas now is in the hands, but the checkered flag flies. Blake Chapman hangs on the fourth. What a finish to that one. That's going to bring us into our B main here tonight. That'll be the eToronto Tickets B main. And like I said before, folks, now, don't get confused by what the name is. Just because it says the eToronto Tickets, they do it for all. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, and like you said, it couldn't be more distracting because you think, well, it's only Toronto, but no. Toronto and North America's ticket choice for major concerts, shows, and sporting events. Remember, eToronto Tickets does not charge you any additional fee, and that's huge because I know you've bought tickets for stuff, Joe, and you're like, wait a minute, how'd that price go up so much? So get your fee-free tickets ready today from eToronto Tickets.
I was talking to my oldest the other day, and he loves going to concerts and events and so forth. And he buys a lot of tickets online. And I was telling him, I said, you need to check this out, eToronto Tickets. I said, they don't have any fees, fee-free. And he said, man, that's where they get you at. He said, a lot of the fees that he's bought ticket-wise adds up.
Yeah, I remember there was one of them, I'm not going to mention by name, but there was actually a 100% service charge that they had. So that could really boost the ticket prices right there. It's a whole new world when it comes to tickets. Not like back in the day when you and I were younger, right, Joe? You knew somebody from the radio station and you were able to get something in the first 5 rows. Those days are gone. So folks like eToronto Tickets are definitely the way to go.
Yes, it is. We're getting set here for our eToronto Tickets B main here tonight. As old Maximum out front, Nathan Aldridge there, David Callaghan. And just to let you know, all these guys are going to transfer up into the feature here. So there will be 9 of them. Pat Davis there. Pat part of the driver, or is he part of the... he's a driver. Oh.
Yeah, he's there. He's not like that Doug Elkins guy who's just who wants to be. He wants to be, but he just ran out of talent. That's all there is there. So and for Nathan Aldridge, because if that race was 1 lap longer, I think he might have snuck in that last qualifying heat, the B fence heat number 2. But we got to see if he's got something here for what do we call him? Maximum is what we call him on the pole there in the 50, or excuse me, in the 55.
Yes, it is. We're getting set here. Green flag up front. Nathan Aldridge and company Maximum right there. They drop the hammer, make these little mighty midgets loud out front here as everybody's scrambling for the moment. They're side by side. You got old Maximum up there trying to see what he can do on the inside of Nathan. Behind him, Barry Goldner right there, and already a little bit on the back cush bar. Matthew Croak there. He's getting in the mix.
And Barry Goldner on the outside as well. He is now up to second. Croak has come through for third as Maximum kind of trapped down there in the bottom right now.
Yes, it is. We got old Matthew right there trying to see if he can't close in on the second place there.
Oh, somebody flipped and turned what?
That would be Roger Craig.
Oh, we didn't even mention his name.
I'm going to tell you what, if it wasn't for bad luck, Roger just probably wouldn't have any luck at all out here. And unfortunately, Roger's there. And got another one around. That looks like David Callaghan. Man, he just got slammed up into the wall. He's up and over on the side. And boom, done. Up front, top 3, but it's here. It is still a battle for second place. Barry is there. Matthew is Croak behind him. He's going to make sure that he doesn't croak on this move. But he's going to try to put it on the inside of him.
halfway through. We're working lap number 5, actually lap number 6 right now, as we got the Coke can out front, like you like to say, but Croak on the bottom. I think he's slowly reeling both these drivers in, and I think he's being shown he might even have the lead this time. Nope, they can't quite get the run. Nice thing is when you come off the top, you don't have to lift at all, and you can usually get a better run out of the corner. Contact between Croak and Aldrich.
Boy, he threw that thing in there, tried to throw a slide job. Problem is it wasn't opened up, the door wasn't, but now he's going to the inside for second over Matthew. He's going to see if he can't put that slide job move on him. He does up top to it, but again, crisscross right back below him. Here comes Matthew again for his own slider.
And I think that time Barry Goldner made it work. Nope, comes right back. Yep, Goldner will be scored at second that time. Fun race for second spot here.
Yes, it is. Roundy round as they go here. Will they stop? Who knows? Out front, Matthew Croak, Barry Goldner there for the second place. And you got Maximum hanging on right there in the third place spot, just watching this awesome racing as these two guys are putting slide moves on up top to the cushion. Boy, he drove that thing in a turn that time as the white flag's out.
And good job by Nathan Aldridge, not to get confused by all this, just running his line, hooked up on the top, right on the edge of the cushion, and he will get the win.
He will. Nathan Aldridge is going to pull off the B main here tonight, the Toronto Tickets B main, and what a battle we saw back there. Matthew Croak comes up in the second, Barry Goldner there in third, but boy, that right there, fast and furious here tonight already, as that brings us up here into a little bit of a warm-up for the Rebels here. Woo, already some heated action, and you gotta love it. But Doug, don't go nowhere because we're gonna have our feature.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We will.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the sight that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, Dirt fans, we're back here, and we got the feature tonight. And these guys are rolling off 30 laps here. That would be the Strickland GMC feature. Doug, Strickland GMC is an awesome sponsor here tonight. A little bit about them.
They're up in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. And I don't know if you've seen the new GMC line, but man, there's a lot of good-looking stuff. Go where the winners go and see Rick Scott and all those great-looking GMs up at Strickland GM of Brantford, Ontario.
And real quick, we're just gonna kind of scroll through the order because there's about to go green flag here. One thing about that pace truck, man, take quick. There's 17 machines here. We already know Aiden Young. He's out front. Said
He's
it
already
before.
the champion. Yeah.
Already the champ. Got it locked up and there on the screen. The running order. All the way back down to the bottom there. Norman Devil. Doug up there kind of read through everything, but kind of a little quicker here on this one, but this is the Rebels feature tonight. Strickland GMC, pace trucks in. Here we go. Is Aiden Young going to try to cap the championship and a win off? We got nothing to lose. As the green flag flies, he's out front.
Well, that's the way every driver likes to win a championship, is to have that picture in victory lane as well. But boy, he's got company. Kyle Parker pulls the slider, but right back is Aiden to try to take it back in turn one.
His teammate Michael Redding's down there, that evil machine, and almost slid right up into him, but you got Nicholas Vickery there too. There's slide job city going on down on the bottom. Here comes Michael Redding putting the moves. Here comes Nicholas Vickery going to cross over, still up front. It is a nose to kind of a push bar there to those two guys, and here comes Blake Chapman in the mix.
And I'm watching second place here, Aiden Young, because like we said, he's really has nothing to race for. So I would imagine that he's going to get right on the back bumper of Kyle Parker, except for bouncing off the wall that time, and try to follow him through. And then maybe on that last lap or two, well, now we'll go for the win. Now that it's just the two of us, not a bad strategy.
And I tell you what, they love that top side. Him and Michael do. They're definitely teammates right there. But you see Michael throwing it down on the inside, trying to slide her. Oh! And Michael Redding just went to the moon.
Another car clipped him as he went by, too. Boy, that was a good break for Aiden Young there, as he was almost caught up in it as well. But, boy, anytime you get up in that fencing, it gets wild.
Let's go back, watch that on the replay here. As we're under caution here, the Strickland GMC feature for the Rebels. And Michael Redding up there on that cushion almost got into Aiden Young. And it looks like you see Aiden there, but watching it a little bit here as he goes on the inside, throws a slider, slid up the track. Oh, him and the leader actually got him. But I'm going to tell you what, now in a real world, that would be catastrophic for the leader and Aiden Young. In the virtual world, though, you saw right there that it kind of warped right through him, and that's kind of the advantage of being online, folks. Everybody's like, huh? But we are in the virtual world, so some things physics-wise don't make sense.
It's true. And the other thing I like about the virtual world, too, is think how long that crash right there would have taken to clean up. Yes. At that point, they probably have to fix the fencing, get the welder out there. It'd be 10, 15 minutes minimum at that point. But now we're going to be ready to go here another lap or two. But this is going to be interesting to see if Kyle Parker can hold off Aiden Young. And Aiden, he's got to stay off the wall, doesn't he?
He is up there on that side. He is pushing the envelope. And like you said, and I guess this is pretty much just, hey, look, I want to see what this kart will do, what I got to do to get around him. We were talking there in the warm-ups that, Eldor, and they're going to go single file. It's really going to benefit Kyle here. But, in the warm-ups, this track leads to a top side. And in real life, these guys really run up there on that cushion and push the envelope and boundaries. Here's green flag. We're back racing here at Eldora.
Blake Chapman and Michael Croak there, Matthew Croak, they were the big benefits of that crash as they now sit in third and fourth. And we'll see if they have anything for the front two as Kyle Parker stays up front. And you can see Young, he's right up on the edge, close to that wall as he can get, running in second.
Oh, I tell you what, got a good battle right there. Nathan
Aldridge
claps the wall up front. Here comes Aiden. He's got his hands full with Matthew and Blake Chapman right there. As it looks like Aiden slides up the track. Here comes Matthew, going to see if he can't slingshot back around him. Right behind them, though, here comes Nicholas Vickery. He's going to try the low line.
And that's the nice thing about Eldora, too. A lot of times, if everybody's up front, if you're going to run up there at the top side, you're not going to pass them in the same lane. Although, as I said, that Vickery goes back to the top. We're watching the battle for the number 2 spot here.
Yes, it is. And right, like what you just said right there, Matthew Croak and company along with Blake Chapman. If you go right there a little bit behind them there, you actually got to go back here to Maximum, who has got way down low there on Corey Kussler. That's around about the 7th and 8th place spots. That's one thing, is these guys will be single file, and then the next thing you know, boom, they're side by side like they are up front.
Well, Aiden Young bounced off the wall a couple of times that time, and here comes the slider. I don't think it's going to work. Aiden Young's going to keep second spot, and I think that Matthew Croak knew that and decided not to go ahead and follow through with the rest of that move.
The problem is he's got the Skittle machine right there behind him, and definitely is taking everything he needs to see if he can't throw a slide job on the inside. But I think the track is moved up there in the top side cushion for the moment. Everybody bouncing off the wall. Nicholas Vickery is going to benefit from that one as Chapman gets that tire up there. Yes, he did. Wow.
I'm watching the leader, and he, if anything, is moving down. Oh, caution is out. And I've noticed that Kyle Parker had been kind of moving his line down a little bit, especially coming out of the corners at this point. So I don't know if he's just learned the racetrack or maybe getting a little defensive, but this is quite a race out front.
David Callaghan back there in the back was involved in this one. Shaw in the replay, he's back there kind of by himself, puts it up on right there in the cushion. Not sure who that is behind him right fast, but you can see he's back up top. He's got another car on the outside of it. Oh, they just made contact, got hooked. The next thing you know, David is flipping, and that actually would be Blake Dole also involved in that one.
Well, that's realities of open wheel racing right there, Joe. I mean, I remember when I came up with a local modified circuit, everybody kept saying, open wheel, open wheel. And I was like, what's the big deal? But boy, you bang wheels, you never know which one of you is going to get the raw end of that deal.
You know, it's just like, you know, IndyCar, Grand Prix, and so forth and so on. As a matter of fact, last night I did a league, and they do full style racing, and we did Spa with the F1 cars.
I love Spa.
Yeah, with the F1 cars. You want to talk about flat out running on that track. Well, it's the same scenario with these guys here. You know, it's pretty much you just can't. I mean, you could get up there and touch a little, but you don't want to get those tire to tire because it's usually disaster. Not like, you know, a late model or super late model or you know, street stock or whatever. You can get up there and kind of fender bang a little bit, but yeah, these guys with open wheels, you want to be very, very careful. But green flag, Kyle Parker wastes no time jumping out front.
And do not go too wide through the downhill run at Eau Rouge. Okay, do not do that. Kyle Parker back out in front, bounced off the wall just a little bit that time. I'm watching Vickery back and forth as he is catching up on Matthew Croak a little bit as they race for third.
I see that right there. We're up here on the top side of that wing looking. He's seeing if he can't put a slider, but man, everybody's up there on that wicked side cushion up top, and they are close to the wall. There's not much of a cushion there. As you can see, it's not spreading out into the track. The dirt hasn't filled up there yet, but they're trying to utilize it the best they can. As you see there, right there, perfect example. Nicholas Vickery just slapping the wall with that back tire, but he's able to hang on to fourth as Blake Chapman wasn't able to capitalize on that move.
Boy, this is going to get interesting up front. Okay, here we go. Here comes the slider on the bottom from Young. Is it going to work? No, it is not. He pulls back in behind.
Oh, Kyle Parker right now doing what he needs to do to protect the top lane. Aiden's going to see if he's going to have to throw a move down on the inside here. Time's winding down for him here tonight. We got about 8 to go here. Oh, the leader's around. Oh, that's Aiden Young went around, though.
Yeah, what happened?
We'll go back on the replay, but that cart just went crazy sideways. Let's go back on the replay here. He's hanging on to second. Nowhere around. Maybe he got in the back there of Kyle. He throws it down to the inside there. Tries for a slider, but boy, Blake Chapman and company up there paid the price too on that one. A lot of carts involved, but he's up top. Coming out of the turn for the moment, it looks pretty straight and confident right there. He's up there on the tire just ran up the wall, slid, and then from there, Blake Chapman all tore up, messed up the front wing, but Aiden Young flipping. Wow. Just like that. What a turn.
And here he was for a while there, just minding his own business in second place. I know you and I were talking about when to make that move, and maybe that slider was just enough to mess up his momentum and get him out of the groove a little bit, because sometimes that's all it takes. They say when you get really sideways or you bounce off the wall real hard, it takes an extra lap to get that rhythm back. And I wonder if it's just that simple as we see him now heading into the pits.
You know, and what we was also talking about too was the wall up there. We were talking about how close they are on the cushion. This place does not have very much of a wide cushion there, so it is a thin line between danger and going fast here. As you can see where the cushion is, there's probably only a cart, maybe a 3/4 of a cart of a cushion, so that rear tire definitely could slide up or slap that outside wall, and we've seen all night long. Now, I know they do sometimes utilize that wall to keep the cart straight, but you also takes a little bit of skill there. You don't want to hit it too hard or that thing could end up sliding out from under you. As green flag's back, we're back racing.
I remember when the trucks were there. Oh, and the leader bounces off the wall right off the start there. A lot of them would come in with that right rear quarter panel, almost like a Darlington stripe on the side of it. Up to second is Croak. Vickery has fallen back a little bit now. He is in third as Kyle Parker tries to ignore all that's going on around him, put those blinders on, and race that track. See him go low as he comes off. He's definitely looking for the best way around right now.
I'll tell you what, Doug, right now, you got a heat battle going on back here around the 4th and 5th place spots. You got Blake Chapman, Corey Cussler back there, along with Matthew Croak, Bruce Hilton and company there. They're up and out. Now, look, Blake Chapman has lost the front wing, but they're 3 wide. He was meeting in the middle of a sandwich there for a moment.
Yeah, I'm watching the Skittles car, like we said, Blake Chapman down on the inside. You got to wonder what that not having that wing missing has done to the handling on that car.
It does. We'll see. Like you said, last lap. Oh, they're crashing in the back. Won't matter. The green flag will stay. Checkered flag. Kyle Parker out of 4. He's going to win here tonight. And coming in second, Nicholas Vickery. Corey Cussler there in third. But for the Rebels here, Kyle Parker's going to put it in victory lane. What a finish to this one.
Yeah, Nicholas Vickery did a nice job. He just kind of minded his own business, kind of ran back there, didn't get too aggressive, didn't get the win, but ends up in second place. Good run for him.
Oh, good run for all these guys back there, and outstanding finish here. What a way to cap off the season here for the Rebels here, the Ashwekan Stream Team Rebel Series, that is, with GForce Racing League here, GForce TV, and like you say, if we're over here on the OSR Network on YouTube, so I always say pick your poison on which one you like there. We appreciate both sides of it. So we'll give a few here, and if we can't get a couple of these guys, and also we already know Aiden Young has pulled the championship off here for these guys, but definitely get some of the second, third place here. Wait, what, Doug? I mean, tonight has just been all kinds of wild and racy.
Well, that's Eldora. That's what this track is known for. Get up on the wall, and as they say, when you dance with the devil like that, sometimes the devil gets you, and that wall has reached out and grabbed a few cars here tonight.
It has, and it's been awesome to see, what these tracks is. I mean, the trucks are another one that run here, and we were talking about them getting by slapping that wall, and you mentioned it earlier. I've seen those trucks several times. They utilize that outside wall. Really hard to do with the sprints though here, the wing sprints or any of the UMPs or something like that, because you're slapping the tire and you don't want to do that. So
yeah, you can shove the rear end over, change the handling. There's all kinds of bad things can happen.
Bring up the second place man here tonight, Nicholas Vickery. Nicholas, Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I tell you what, Nicholas, man, what a run. What a wild one out there. Is maybe there anything in the basket there you could have done to run down old Kyle up there to pull this thing in victory lane?
No, man. There definitely wasn't as much topside lane left in this race as there was in the C class. I'm glad Kyle got it. He worked hard as a teammate, so I'm pretty happy with how we finished in this race.
Oh, absolutely. You came home here second here tonight for the Rebels division here for the Ashwekan Stream Team. It's an awesome way to cap off the series and the season here for the summer. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Spartan Racing, Mirror Image Auto Spa, Batten Built Racing Engines, and my wife again for continuing to let me do this.
Absolutely, and I know she's jumping up and down because, yeah, absolutely. I tell you, she's got to be jumping up and down. She's going, oh, definitely, man. The man is having a good night. Again, congratulations on that second place there, Nicholas.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Right, there we go, Doug. I tell you what, there's a second place man, and I'm trying to see if our third place, Corey Cussler, seeing him. So we'll go ahead and bring up the top man here who put it in the thing, Kyle Parker. Kyle, Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Kyle, I tell you what, out front, it's becoming a known thing that you know how to put it in victory lane, and you put it in victory lane for the final here of the seasons for the Rebels. How's it feel to win this one?
It feels good, man. That's, I think, 2 wins in a row forming the B division from transfer from the C. That's fun, especially with my teammate Nick finishing right behind me too. So that's even better.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. My bad. Right. Sorry about that. But I tell you, you were definitely, just 1-1 right there out front, looking very, very good. I mean, I tell you, man, that's an awesome run. Now I gotta ask.
Yeah.
I see the cushion up there. It's not a lot of cushion. It's not a lot. And this is a high side style track.
Absolutely.
But there was not a lot of cushion up there, and you slapped off the wall there. I mean, what was going through your mind when you had to travel up there? Is it the fine line between disaster and going fast?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry to say this, but I puckered up a little bit. You know what I mean? Just saying. It's if you can hit that line perfect, it's the fastest way around here, man. But I tried moving down and sliding up to hit it in the middle and try to ride it off. But yeah, no, I bounced off the wall 3 or 4 times, and I got in the victory lane, I guess. So that's good.
No doubt about it. You definitely put it in there, and it was awesome to see. So, Kyle, you're the man here tonight, put it in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank for the Malcolm Mills victory lane here for the Rebel Series? Anybody you want to thank for this awesome win?
Yes, sir. Spartan Racing, as always. You guys for broadcasting, and Roger Craig and everyone that makes everything work behind the scenes for the GForce Racing Leagues. Man, this is a good league. Man, they do a lot for us. You know, I mean, can't thank them enough. And then, as always, I got to thank my fiance for letting me do this every night.
Yes, it is, and definitely, I love, man, the shout out to all the family members out there. Again, Kyle, awesome win, awesome putting it in victory lane here to cap off the season finale here for the Rebels. Hey, are we going to see you there in the Renegades?
I'm going to give it a shot. It'll be my first time this year getting in. I could have went last week, but I had some stuff to do after the race. But, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Those boys are tough, so we'll see what we can do.
Right, good luck out there again, Kyle.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's how Kyle Parker putting in victory lane. We do got Corey Cussler up here in 3rd place. Get him up here real quick and get a word with him. Corey, did you wait in the booth? Got a copy?
Yep.
Well, Corey, I tell you what, you brought it home in 3rd. What was your feeling on this track here tonight?
I was pretty confident in this one. I did a lot of work on my setup. I really don't have a team. I'm doing this all by myself, so I'm trying everything I can. I tried to stay out of trouble early on the feature. I don't know. I think I got somewhere in an accident, but I tried to keep it as clean as I can. Man, it's tough racing these.
Oh, absolutely. But you brought it home 3rd here for the season finale here at Eldora. It was an awesome run for you there. And like you said, it looked pretty tough out there tonight, but you hung on to it in a wild one. Came home 3rd. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'll thank GForce TV for putting this on, and everyone that helps, and CIT Trucks for sponsoring me, and everyone that's watching, my parents and my sister and everyone that's watching live.
Definitely got to give a shout out there to the family members. Always love it, and definitely love them watching and cheering on their favorite drivers. But hey, Corey, you brought it home in 3rd tonight here for the season finale. Again, congratulations on it.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Corey bringing it home. Well, this guy, he had a fast machine all night long. And we're going to bring him up here because the champ's in the house here tonight for the Ashwegan Stream Team Rebels Division here. Aiden Young. Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Joe.
Well, I tell you, it was just no holds barred up front for you, all night out there early on. But then disaster happened, and the next thing you know, you're tumbling end over end. Was it just pretty much you just full bore out there tonight?
That was awesome tonight. I just made a rookie mistake on my part, and it cost me going to the A Series and finishing in a good spot for tonight.
Absolutely, Aiden. And I tell you what, you did an outstanding job. Sorry about that. Is there anything else you could have done to maybe stay up front? I mean, I noticed you was up there in that wall. How dangerous and treacherous was it up there in that cushion?
It's very dangerous, especially since we don't come here that often. If you're not used to running it, it can bite you like it did me. It just not running it that often, and it bit me.
No doubt about it, but hey, you are the champ. You pulled it off here for the Rebels division. I tell you what, you got anybody you want to thank for this awesome series to cap it off?
Well, I just want to thank the whole team down there at Gambling Motorsports, John, Michael, Connor. It's been a blast with them guys all season, and can't thank the sponsors, Young Gun Creations, the Inside Groove, you guys for broadcasting, and can't thank GForce enough for letting me run in this awesome series, and can't wait to move up next season.
Absolutely. I tell you what, Roger, man, to cap this one off here for the Rebels there, Aiden Young did an outstanding job on it.
Oh, he did, and not sure if Aiden's still in the room or not, but just a dominate. Yeah, he's still there. Just a dominating performance all season. Great job. You're a great racer. You're fun to race with, and I guess I won't be racing with you next season. You'll be up a division, so congratulations on that. And Well done.
Thank you, Roger.
There you have it, champ here in the Rebels division. Aiden Young putting it out there. It was an awesome season here to cap off the summer series. The Osh Weekend Stream team here, Rebels. Folks, don't go anywhere. Doug, Roger, we have got the big boys here, the Renegades, coming up. And if it's anything we've seen so far tonight, it's going to be a wild one. So, folks, don't go anywhere. Whew.
One question before you go away,
All
Joe.
right.
Were you calling my name out again tonight?
You know what? No, we actually didn't even say it. Next thing I know, I said that was Roger. I said maybe we was thinking about him. That's what happened.
That's
man.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That was a fun race, and I worked my way up a little bit from the back, anyways, and that this division's gotten better every season, and it gets tougher to race against these guys. But I'll tell you, this next division coming up, and there's some guys are going to move down to the Rebels, so there's some real stuff on the line, and it's going to be really, really good. And like I had said earlier, that the Raiders, the C division, that's our entry level guys. What you're about to see in the next race is just dynamite. These are some of the best guys on the iRacing service.
My sentiments exactly on that, because it has definitely been dynamite all night long here. So, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here.
Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GeForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
All right, welcome back, Dirt fans, and what a night it has been here at Eldora. Well, these are the big guys here tonight, the Renegades, Washougal Stream Team. Going to cap off the season here. We got about a minute to go here in qualifying as we're waiting for a few other drivers to get back in here and make their time. Doug, there's going to be some tight battles here in this Renegade series, and I know you and Roger was talking about them, so give us a little bit of what we're going to see.
Well, there's a good battle out front. Steven Goldner does lead, and that lead is 21 points right now. But Brandon Schultz, the guy who has a chance of actually running him down tonight, he was in 10th place just 2 weeks ago, and he's already narrowed that gap down to 21. And one thing also I didn't know about, Joe, is there's bonus points available. If you run a clean race, don't touch anything or anybody, that's 5 points right there. And if you have the fastest lap, that's 5 points. So if Brandon Schultz can pull off both of those things tonight, he could close it down to 11 points and make this a lot tighter than it is right now. So a lot on the line here. And of course, remember the bottom 5 in this division, well, they get moved down to the Rebels too. And there were 5 guys from the Rebels, thanks to what they did the last race, that are going to be running Renegades next season. So even though, yes, there's those 2 drivers we're talking about for the championship, but there's a lot of other things going on.
As we're getting set here to go for our heat race number 1 here tonight, like you said, so going to be interesting to see what happens here at the last one here, our final here for the Renegades, the big guys, and next season it's definitely going to be a lot different up front for this Renegades. So a lot of guys are definitely going to move up. Well, heat race 1, A&J Custom Creations, we saw earlier some of the awesome plaques and awesome craftsmanship.
They were great.
They do. Yes, it was. And tell us a little bit about that A&J Custom Creations as Heat Race 1 about underway.
They specialize in laser engraving and CNC machining, and those trophies we saw, they're doing this stuff on wood. I didn't even know that was possible. But A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. Get a hold of them, A&J Custom Creations. Order yours today. You will not be disappointed.
Flashed them up there on the screen for everybody to see just once again. As you can see, just kind of the work.
Look at them.
I mean, beautiful work there, just engraved onto those plaques. So nice looking there by that man, Andy Patton, who is actually the main admin here. But real quick, also, let's throw up the grid in order as we have got like 7 guys out here.
Mike Schultz, Keith Moonen, they are in the front row. John Hine, Garen Pepiet in row number 2. Terry Landis, and there's old Maximum and Maximum Langevin in the 161. Jeffrey Barker is in row 4 along with Austin Griffey.
And Austin looks like he did not grid up here.
I was looking for that. I was wondering if he was out there or not. So
does not look like it. So not
well,
sure.
he didn't have a qualifying time either. So
maybe some
you
technical
know, sometimes
difficulties. And I know we were waiting for somebody to log in, so maybe having a little bit of technical difficulties on his end there. And we'll just have to see. He definitely has the B main to be able to get into this thing here tonight. But Mike Schultz and company up there with Kyle Mooney. They're about to set this place on fire here tonight as the pace truck's about to rumble off. Gonna get set to go racing here. Heat race number 1 at Eldora.
And we have one of our racers, unfortunately, his combine stuck out in a farm field right now, so he's got bigger problems than where he is in the points. Green flag coming out here in heat race number 1. Again, sponsored by the good folks at A&J Custom Creations.
It is, and it's a good one. Remember, the top 4 advance into the feature tonight. It's already rumble up front between that one. You got John Hine, Garrett Pepiot right there. And Pepiot's trying to see if he can't get on the back end of that sailboat there, John Hines. They make contact up front. That's going to maybe leave the door open for Terry Landis.
That on the outside there, that's Kyle Mooney trying to get that spot away. Schultz was trying to make that thing as wide as he could. He's got company on the outside, and they get together and almost go around.
Boy, Mike Schultz was the bad end of the stick on that one. He falls back to 4th and right there in the clutches of Terry. But Jeffrey says, Barker says, I want a piece, and we got contact. Maximum just shoved Terry right into the outside wall. He's one and done right there. Wow. Well, man, that still puts Mike Schultz top 4 single file for the moment. Jeffrey still hanging on the 5th, and if he can't climb and reel in Mike to get that 4th place, now battle for 2nd.
They're watching that race right now as we got 5 cars running together out in front. The 47 of Pepiot's down on the inside of Mooney as they go down into turn number 3. And keep your eyes, and up the track goes the 47 of Pepiot, and I think that might have put Jeffrey Barker in.
It did, Jeffrey Barker, and I don't know what in the world. It looked like he went for a slide job there, Doug, and that car just went wicked way up the track, almost like it caught and just threw him up the track, and he just almost went right into the side of Kyle there, but unfortunately puts him outside looking in as the white flag flies. Jeffrey Barker on the back cush bar there of Mike. I got a feeling, though, with him being in, he's probably not going to do something too crazy to hopefully end up wrecking. He's right there, but John Hine coming out of turn 4 is going to win the A&J Custom Creations Heat Race 1.
Mooney gets 2nd, Mike Schultz in 3rd, and how about Jeffrey Barker, 7th to a qualifying spot? So a nice recovery from him after a little bit less than awesome qualifying effort.
Yes,
he was
sir.
2nd to last.
Awesome run here tonight. That puts us in heat race number 2. The B-Fins, iRACING Paints and Graphics, heat race 2 here, and B-Fins does outstanding work. Tell a bit about the B-Fins out there.
Well, everybody wants a sharp-looking race car, whether you're racing in the non-virtual world or here with us tonight. B-Fins can help you do that. If you're looking for a great racing wrap or a top-quality T-shirt, get a hold of them B-Fins, and they'll get you looking good out there on the speedway. See, I'm getting into a little Joe there. Notice how I kind of slipped a little bit there on that one, Joe, to my Midwestern roots there. Looking good out there.
Good, and I tell you what,
B-Fins
that is
can do
actually, if I'm not mistaken, that is Braden Bensel, who actually owns that, who is starting here in 4th here tonight. As we'll look at the grid and order here and a rundown on that one right quick. So I believe that is Braden. I know Roger racing in this one or not, but Roger definitely will.
That's Braden. It's a throwback paint job of grandfather's sprint car.
Oh, nice.
All right, yeah,
well, now we know
Braden.
why it's B-Fins. It's B is his first initial, Fins are the first 4 letters of his last name. I mean, it makes sense. They don't just do this stuff for no reason, Joe.
Absolutely.
You know?
Hey, no doubt about it. Well, I knew it was. I had to remember it was a Braden there, but I tell you what, got the grid and order up here. Let us know what we got. Who the guys we got up here starting this one?
Corey Cusley, Larry Moody, they are in the front row. Jesse Bandy, and Braden Finzel, who we were just talking about, they are in row number 2. Matt Ramsey and Preston Cranmer are in row number 3. Derek Moore will be alone, it appears, in row number 4.
Here we go. We're getting set to go racing here tonight. Corey Hustler out front, Larry Moody right there. And answer my question on Roger. No, he's still up here in the booth with us. just a hush, kind of getting these guys straight out there a little bit.
Andy couldn't get in the race, so I'm doing the inventing. So dual duty tonight.
Got to give a shout out to Andy there, and he's the one that does the A&J custom creations there. Definitely a good guy out here to definitely make. That's why we were a little behind on the qualifying, but everybody has technical problems, and I've had them in the past. It's just some things you can't control. As green flag flies, Larry Mooney and company, man, drops the hammer, makes these things loud out front.
Corey Cussler grabbing that early lead as Larry Moody sits right there on the outside of him. And here comes the B-Fins car, the number 1 on the bottom. I like the look of that. That's got that old school paint look to it. I really like the way that looks.
Yeah, it is. And right now, watching him, and boy, I tell you what, Preston Cranmer, the VP himself, tags the wall. We've seen it all night long there. Up top, and another car in the back. Looks like Matt Ramsey's almost around, but boy, it is tooth and nail there for second. Braden on the inside. Now he's got it single file. Hang on, Jess Brandy going to throw that slider. He's sitting right there in the 4th place transfer spot.
Finzel watching in second. I have a feeling he might have something for the leader here as you see him run right up on him. He's going to take a dive to the inside now. Slide job. Will it work? We'll see as they come out of 4. They cross the line together.
Well, Corey Cussler made a beautiful slide move right there and took that thing by mere inches. But here we go with the crisscross there again. Braden Finzel down to the inside slide job. He throws it to the top side. Crossover out of 4 again. That's what you got. But this time, Corey hangs on to it as Braden hung on to it there, but Corey's still fighting back on the top side.
Hey, by the time we get it out, the lead's already changed. I mean, I saw that time. Braden look at, he's going a little lower coming out. He's trying to prevent that slide job from happening as they're side by side, and Braden's still out in front. 3 cars at the front of the field. This is good stuff.
Yes, it is. Gotta love it, man. Just roundabout here, classic dirt track maneuvers going on. White flag. Does Corey got enough to pull it off? He's losing ground. Preston Cranmer right there is pressuring on the back push bar.
He wants it. There he goes down to the inside. This is important because this is an extra spot up ahead on the grid. Not going to get it as they cross the line. And they wreck as they come across.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doug, they were hooked up, tire to tire, locked together, coming across the line. And Corey Cussler had just a fin out front on him. As we go into our heat race number 3, what a finish and what a night it has been here. These guys, the Renegades here tonight, the big guys here at the GForce Racing League. But heat race number 3, iRACING League manager here. Preston Cranmer is the man behind that one. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, if you run or manage an iRacing League, the folks at iRacing League Manager are here to help and make it easier for you. Go to IRLM.com because you got to have this, and especially if you're in a new league or you're just, maybe somebody is out there working on their combine right now and you need them. Again, IRLM.com, iRacing League Manager.
And that's Ross Corrente. Unfortunately, sometimes real life, he's a farmer out there, and we definitely appreciate that. I love it there. Got to give a shout out to all the farmers out there, definitely providing and so forth. But combine out there kind of broke down on him a little bit. Definitely got to get the real work done. So I hate it there. He's gonna, missing out here tonight, but definitely want to give him a good shout out here. Hopefully, maybe he'll be able to go back and watch the replay. But you're right. iRacing League manager Preston Cranmer has done that. Did not know there for a while that he was the man behind that. So he designed that program. Outstanding. And like I said many a times, if you run a league, own a league, or do anything with the league, definitely check them out. And it's going to be to the public here pretty soon. As we get set here, heat race number 3 tonight for the Renegades here, our Sweet and Stream team, the GForce Racing League here, GForce TV, myself here at OSR Network. And I tell you what, these guys, it's a rumble here at Eldora.
It sure is. Jack Clevenger is on the pole. Steven Goldner, he is the man in front in the points right now. He'd like to get a solid finish here, make the rest of his night a little easier. He'll start in second. Sean Bowers, Kevin Fry are in row 2. Kyle Barker and Nicholas Vickery are in row 3, and Eric Dorsey will be alone by himself starting in the 7th. Top 4 to get in again is what we've got going here in the final qualifying heat race.
It is. No Tom out there talking about go Preston. Well, Preston, in that last one, he was almost about put it off out there, so good run, and appreciate everybody tuning in as we're getting set our third heat race here tonight. And I've always said, fast and furious as dirt is. You blink, we're done with the race. You go in the next room, we're in the next week. Here we go. Green flag flies. Man out front already. Jack Clevenger right there trying to be clever on the inside and see if he can put a slide move. He's out front leading it. Nope, Steve says, not today.
And look at this on the outside. Oh, wow, the 21 of Kevin Fry almost got into the wall. He tried to get to the outside of Clevenger. Thing down a little sideways on him.
Nicholas Vickery right there, seeing what he could do. The top four all single file there, kind of winged the cush bar. Yeah, battle a little bit for second here, but you've got to look. That fourth place transfer spot is heating up. Kyle Parker wants it. Nicholas has got it. Kyle's going to throw a slider on the inside, and it didn't stick. He still left the outside door open. Nicholas says, I'm going to run through it.
Yeah, and Vickery didn't give him any room there either. You know, he kind of came down just a little bit. Just because the guy's down on the inside doesn't mean you need to let him get up in front of you and slide. Top 3 cars away. Battle for fourth in the final qualifying spot is what we're looking at. Actually, 3 cars going for that spot now as the number 21 of Kevin Fry's back in the mix.
Yeah, 3 wide. Oh, Kyle's in the wall. Done. Yes, it was. He burned on that one there. Hard hit. Kyle Parker up there, so he's going to have to go the long way around about it here tonight. But that puts Kevin Fry in 5th. He's going to see if he can't get back up there. Then Nicholas got a little bit of battle for second. Sean Bowers there, Jack Clevenger, they're throwing some slide moves left and right here. And you talk about the guy on the outside pinching him down there. We call it the pinch move there in the oval side, where a guy gets on the inside of him, and the outside guy, he'll kind of just come down and doesn't give him a lot of room to let that car slide up.
Nobody says you have to get out of the way, and just because they're faster than you doesn't mean you have to let them go by. White flag is out. We're watching that race for second, and right now Sean Bowers, he can catch up to Clevenger. He just can't seem to find a way by.
Well, checkered flag looks like Stephen Goldner, but I tell you what, Kevin Fry is going to sneak in to the top 4 as Nicholas Vickery slapped the wall, and he's going to get that final transfer spot. Vickery right there on the last lap, hitting the wall, going around. We've seen it all night long. Guys get up there with a tire slapping, and there's a fine line between disaster and Tom said, and this one I was pulling for Kevin. Well, Kevin made it. Well, it's kind of odd here because normally we don't get into 4 heats here. And so, Doug, I kind of always just throw out kind of a complimentary style sponsor. So let's Oshweekon Stream Team. Why not? I mean, an Oshweekon Speedway. You know, and I don't know how familiar you are, but if Roger, you're still listening, tell us a little bit about the Oshweekon Speedway.
Well, first I'll just jump in and say that was a big win in the heat for Goldner, so that'll
was
one for the feature. So he's in, he's looking good.
He'll start third.
Oshweekon Speedway, can't say enough about it. It's the premier track in Canada, probably for sure one of the top 10 facilities in North America. Great staff. Glenn Stiers is the owner there, and I know, Doug, you know those guys anyways.
Yeah, very well. And one of the only tracks around running 360 sprints on a weekly basis. I mean, come on.
With great car counts every week. And
it's not like they're having 9 or 10. It's a full field.
And a big shout out to all of them. But Glenn Stiers, class act, you know,
all the way.
When Kyle Larson was at his lowest point, Glenn stepped in and sponsored his car. You'll see the GSR, Glenn Stiers Racing on the front wing. That shows what kind of guy Glenn is. He's just a class act all the way, and it's right through the whole staff, and it's just a great facility. And we're privileged to be associated with him.
Understand he's racing again too after a hard crash sidelined him a few years ago. Good start on the outside for Grabau as he takes the top spot of the 10. Am I saying that one right, Joe?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I still have to ask Roger to this day, so I usually just stick with Trevor out there because I know I'm gonna say Grabau, I think is what it is. I think that's how it's pronounced.
That's French Canadian.
It is French.
He's not though. He's
not. Okay. Well, the name is 3 wide for fourth. Look at this with Joe Backus on the bottom. Wow.
Boy, that is G.J. Boydell right there. Got Blake Chapman in his clutches, but behind him, Jeff Fitzpatrick right there all over that cush bar. They make contact, Joe Backus. So that is a heated up battle for fourth. We got a heated up battle up front, too, for the top 2 spots. Brandon Schultz, Trevor right there again as Trevor Trevor falls to second. But, man, what we were looking at right now is Blake here and GJ. Now, remember, we've seen some all night long here, Doug. Guys get up there and start battling hard with each other, and the next thing they know, they take each other out.
Well, the thing I noticed that was different there is that GJ was just able to just power right around the outside of Blake Chapman. Kind of one of the moves we really haven't seen all night long. I wonder what's going on. Remember our winner of the last race talked about how the top kind of went away there at the end. I wonder if it's already happening now, as we've got our battle heating up for fourth now.
Oh, I tell you what, man. Yeah, you got a big battle as Boydell pulls out. You've got Blake Chapman right there, but Jeff Fitzpatrick, we saw him from the top side. He's going to go low. Man, he's going to go low. Like you said, going to throw that slider. See if he can't get a taste of that rainbow up there. He wants it, but he wants that fourth place spot.
He might have it here. Are they going to touch? No, still gets the run. And this is when you get nervous. When you're in that last qualifying spot and you hear two cars around you, boy, you better run some good laps.
Protects the outside. Final time in turn number 3 and 4. Slide job not going to happen. They make contact. He's going to come across the line. Whoa, Blake Chapman right there. Woo, by a nose and by a fender here. That was awesome. That brings us into our B main. Yes, folks, there's going to be a couple cars if everybody grids up. Actually, no, there's not. 12 out here. Unless I'm wrong, Roger.
We've got a big, you know what? We got a big showdown tonight because Brandon and Goldner will start in row 2 side by side. So the showdown will be on.
Nice.
And only 8 cars because we ran 4 heats, so only 8 cars are getting in out of this deal here. So yeah,
I got to go back to that. I got to go back to the heat format. You're right. It's normally with 3, it's 12, but you're right with 8 cars. So now with that known and with that out here, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, 4 drivers that they all grid up here. Will go home here in the Consolation, but E-Toronto tickets B main. Tell us a little bit about that E-Toronto tickets there.
Well, they are Toronto and North America's ticketing choice for major concerts, shows, and sporting events of all kinds. Remember, E-Toronto Tickets does not charge additional fees, so you can get your fee-free tickets today at E-Toronto Tickets. And those fees add up, so check them out. Of course, there's a big sponsor. As I always say, make sure you get your first shot at your business to those racing sponsors who make all this stuff happen. Give them the first chance.
All right, well, we're up here to grid 2. 12 drivers out there tonight, but only 8 of them are going to go. So what are we looking at here on this grid?
Well, right out front, you got Garrett and Larry in the front row, Nicholas Vickery, Blake Chapman in row 2, Maximum in the inside of row number 3 with Derek Boyle, Kyle Parker, Jeff Fitzpatrick. They are back in row 4, Terry Landis, Matt Ramsey, and then Eric Dorsey and Austin Griffey. Maybe it is Awesome Griffey. We'll have to find out as he's got some work to do starting at the tail here, a DAL we used to call it back in the day.
Now, if I'm not seeing this correctly, it looks like Eric Dorsey and Austin Griffey is yet to grid. Roger, is that correct?
Yeah, there's 10 cars out there. So, yeah, we are missing a couple.
Eric and Austin. So that's going to put just 2 machines are going to be left out here tonight, unless they, grid up here. Well, now, but green flag flies. We're racing, and up front, Larry Moody and company already hammered down right there.
Pepe, it goes right from the bottom to the top and right back down to the inside. Well, for a second, let's see if Moody can try that move. I'm watching the 0-0 of Nicholas Vickery as he is inside of Blake Chapman for 3rd.
You got to look back here. Remember, the 8th place is the transfer spot here to go to the feature. Right now, Terry Landis has got it locked down, and he's got no one up around him. Derek Moore outside looking in. Matt Ramsey up against the wall. Like we said, already in. Derek Moore right there up against the wall. He's got his hands full with Matt Ramsey. Those 2 guys are battling it out, and what that does is that puts old Terry Landis has now climbed up on the back end of Maximum. So could we see some wildness happen up here for the top? I mean, it's a blanket for the top 8 drivers.
It really is, and you can see that. I'm watching that race right now with you as well, as Vickery is in 6th, Langevin is in 7th, and Landis in that final qualifying spot, and Derek Moore, well, he's close, but he's got to get one more spot to get in.
He does. Landis right there hanging on to the 8th place spot. Unfortunately, looks like Derek Moore in the pits. Matt Ramsey has crashed.
I wondered where he was.
Yeah, I tell you what, that is not what you want to see, because what that shows me right there is pretty much everyone except for the top 8 out of the race. So unfortunately, as of right now, Derek Moore, Matt Ramsey, Austin Griffey, and Eric Dorsey are not going to make the feature here for the Renegades tonight. Unfortunate. So puts us back up here. Garrett Pepiot, the man out front, leading it. Larry Moody's there in second. Huge battle going on around 5th and 6th. Blake Chapman's trying to throw sliders on the inside.
And you have to wonder how aggressive they really want to be. And Chapman's about the only driver that really is even trying to run that inside line, because you're all getting in now. I'm not sure if they all know that or not, but it should affect the way that you race at this point. Save it for the feature.
If they have a relative, they might be able to look and tell there. It's been a little bit since I've raced here on iRacing. They should be able to tell that who's in and who's not as far as that, because they have the standings white flag, so they might be able to utilize this as a kind of a test session for the feature. But Garrett Pepiot right now 3 wide for second. Larry Moody out of 3 and 4. Oh, little contact with Kyle Parker, but Pepiot's going to pull it off.
Well, so much for riding around the line and saving it for the feature, right? I guess they decided to go for it, but exciting finish. And how about Jeff Fitzpatrick? Came from 8th to 3rd. Nice run.
Absolutely. Unfortunate for the drivers out there that didn't make it, but that's going to put us up here into a little warm-up. Folks, can go nowhere. We're going to bring up our national anthems here, and then we're going into the feature here tonight to crown us a champ for the Renegades.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet the home of the brave.
All right, folks, welcome back here, feature time, and we're going to cap off what has been an awesome night here of racing for the GForce Racing League season finale here tonight. The Renegade guys are going to get to do it here on the track, and it looks like we've got 24 drivers. So this is going to set up, because we got some interesting battles that are about to happen, but this is a Strickland GMC feature tonight. And Strickland GMC has been a proud sponsor and feature here tonight. Tell us a little bit about it there, Doug.
They're up in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. I don't know if you see the new GM line. It is beautiful. That's where the winners go. Go up and see Rick Scott. Let's.
All right, here we go. 40 laps.
Here.
Go. I'll tell you what, 40 laps here, Doug, tonight. Get set. Guys are... it's just going to be an all-out brawl. That's pretty much the only way you can say what this is going to be. And a lot of points. Let me use this word. They use a lot on. There you go. I'll tell you that's what implications. They're on TV. They're going to use a lot of. So it's going to be interesting. So we've got some tight battles up front for this one, and not quite sure who's going to pull off this championship here.
We got two former champions in the top 4 spots. John Hine won 2 years ago. Brandon Schultz won last season. Stephen Goldner's out in front right now by 21. And of course, the B-Fins car with Braden Finsel, that's your top 4 right there. So this is what you want. Everybody's got a shot that's right there, and we'll see if we get a repeat champion or somebody new tonight.
Absolutely. You got John Hines and that cruise ship machine out there. Going to look to try to take a vacation tonight and put it in victory lane and maybe haul out of here with a championship. Green flag flies. We're racing here for the season finale of the Renegades. They're 3 wide up front already.
Boy, Goldner didn't waste any time there, did he? Right to the bottom and maybe right to the top. Nope, he's going to be, oh yeah, he's going to slide right up in front of that old school looking number 1 of Brandon Fizzle. This is good right here. Golding out in front, but the B-Fins car on the outside not giving an inch.
Oh, Joe Backus around in the back here. Yellow flag is out. Go back on the replay here and see if we can't catch what happened as Braden is still the man up here, that lead, and saw the restart here, watching the restart here just a little bit on the replay. Joe Backus back there kind of in the middle of the pack, and he was watching that battle up front, but that's the thing about it. You got battles up front, middle, and then the back is just all over the place. They're 3 wide back there for the moment with Joe Backus and company. Got a feeling probably just a little contact between him. Yep, him and another driver there. Contact sent him around. Luckily, nobody else involved, and it looks like he didn't hit anything, so maybe his night's not done. He's going to be able to get going there again.
He's got to have some work to do. He's all the way back now in 24th place, but it'll be kind of fun to watch and see what he can do and see if he can get back up there, maybe get himself a top 10 tonight. But the man who is in control, Stephen Goldner, comes in with the lead. He's second, and I would imagine with the way the points work, second place should get him a championship tonight if he can hold on.
You're right, and another thing there, Doug, to look at, if we go single file, I've said it throughout the entire season, it benefits the leader out there. Not sure if they're going to go double file here to see, but if they go single file and any of the cautions here, it definitely benefits that man out front of Braden Fence or anyone who's out there, and it's just very difficult to get the jump as a second place car. But like you said, Goldner, as he sits right now, doesn't really need to win the race. Would love to probably put in victory lane, but doesn't need to win to bring home the gold here tonight in the championship.
Well, it's interesting, too, because if you go double file at a track that tends to be outside dominant, like here at Eldora, you're in third place. That's a disadvantage. So maybe it's, well, there's no perfect solution in racing. Restart, and the green is back out.
No, it's not, and right there you see Braden Fensel out front, Stephen Goldner there. Boy, I tell you what, John Hine and company back there. Oh, John gets shuffled all the way back to 10th just for a little bit. Kyle Moody, and it's still John Hine is just not having the night. He was up front for a little bit. He is just getting knocked around, beaten around, and he's up there on that cushion up against the wall 4 wide. So, wow, that ship is sinking real quick.
I'm watching second place here because Goldner's in that spot, but Brandon Schultz, who's trying to chase him down with a point stand, is doing everything he can right up him. And as we said, that Goldner moved up a little bit, tapped the wall. He's changed his line, but and that change in the line just got him a little distance between himself and third place running Brandon Schultz.
Absolutely, Brandon Schultz trying to do everything he can to hook on that back cush bar and see if he can't pull and reel in there. Stephen Goldner. Got to look back here, boy. It is a toss-up and a wild race going on. It's a hornet's nest. I always like to say 3 wide action. Kyle Mooney and company, Garrett Pepiot, Mike Schultz back there around about 6th, 7th, and 8th. Them guys are having a field day.
Yeah, that's where all the action is right now. 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, there are just cars all over the place back there. Good news for the leaders, and we'll see if some of these guys can make their way through this and get up and race a little further towards the front.
Well, right now, as we're watching, as Brandon Schultz does make it around Stephen Goldner for the second place spot. Goldner falls back to third. Not sure what that does with the points battle here. We'll just have to keep an eye on it as Steele back there with Kyle Mooney and company. Them guys are throwing haymakers left and right. Mooney's down the inside car up on the wall there. On the outside, looks like Mike Schultz, Garrett Pepiot. Here comes Preston Cranmer and company. They're throwing slide job.
Lots of people hopping wheels back there, too. Saw the front ends jumping off the ground there for a little bit as we watched those races just inside, or just outside the top 10.
Well, Garrett Pepe right there through textbook slide job on Preston Cranmer on the inside. Preston got up on the top side, and unfortunately, John Hine wrecking in the back. So just more disaster for him tonight. He had fallen all the way back in the clutches back in about 20th spot. Started up front, like I say, it must be a big-time hole in the side of that ship because he was sinking like a rock in water. Let's see what happened to him here on the caution. Blake Chapman again back there, too. It's really hard to pass here. Once you get marred back in traffic, just know where to go. Almost to a single foul, but you can say, oh, he got up into the wall, and then a little contact, not sure who he did, and that's actually, Joe Backus again. Involved in it.
He's had a tough night.
Yeah, John Hines going to bring it into pit road there, Doug. Wow.
You know who I've been watching? I've been watching Garrett Pepiot. I watched him make that pass right before the caution came out, and there was a big distance between him. Pepiot's running 5th right now behind Clevenger, who's in 4th. I think that caution came out at exactly the right time for him, and he's come from 17th up to 5th, so keep your eyes on the yellow 47 of Pepiot.
Hard charger right there tonight. I tell you, Garrett, trying to do everything he can.
In 5th place, like we said, and now he'll be on the back bumper of Clevenger. So Finzel leads, Schultz is 2nd, Goldner, the point leader, is right behind him, so you would think one position would not be enough to give Schultz the championship. So how aggressive do you want to be if you're Goldner? Schultz, he knows what he's got to do. He's 2nd in points. He's got to go out and win this thing. 17 laps of 40 here. Not quite to the halfway point, so a lot could still happen here in this feature race.
Absolutely, and you got Braden Fensel up front there with Brandon Schultz and company. Stephen Goldner there in third, Jack Clevenger in fourth. Single file, nose to tail right there for the moment. All of them up front. Braden drops the hammer, makes it loud. Here's we're in the green flag. Can he hold them off? Here comes Stephen to the inside.
Yeah, Goldner went way about as low as you could possibly go, hoping something could happen with the slide job there. He'll keep third place for now, and now he'll go to the inside of Schultz and try to get him for second.
Stephen right there on the inside, not going to be able to. Falls back to third. Jack Clevenger all over the back end of him for the moment, but he gets a little bit up into the wall. Garrett Pepiot down low, going to see if he can't put a slide move on him.
Yeah, I've been watching him a lot in this race. At the bottom's where he's been making up his spots. No chance to do that now as he had to pull back up to the high side. The car Clevenger up in front of him caught the wall just a little bit as he'll take another look down low.
And, well, boy, the battle's heating up for the lead up front. Brandon Schultz there with Braden. As you see, he was all over his back end, but then got up into the wall there. Brandon did. But now he's going to close back in. They're both of them up there on the cushion, trying to run that high line. And you just see the bumps here at Eldora, just throwing those carts around here. So it is treacherous to get up there on that top side cushion.
And three cars have kind of pulled away now. Clevenger has fallen back just a bit as we've got a three-car race at the front. And look at Goldner get into the mix now as he is going to try for second.
And he throws that slide job on the inside, made it stick. And is Braden going to be able to cross him back over?
He's going to try as he comes out of the corner. We'll see if it can work. No, it does not. Goldner keeps second spot.
Yeah, it does. So Goldner gets back second. He's going to see if he can't see if he has anything for Braden as a good long green flag run's probably what they need here to see what they've got. Go to the back here a little bit. Kyle Parker and company back here around 12th. They're doing a heck of a job as Jeffrey Barker. You've got Mike Schultz and company back there. Jeff Fitzpatrick and company. So a little bit of battles all throughout this field. Preston Cranmer there also. And it is heating up front as old Stephen Goldner still right there on the back end of Braden.
And Fenzel's been pretty consistent this race so far. He's been running his line, although he just jumped the cushion a little bit that time. We'll see if Goldner's going to take a chance here to get to the inside. And there's two ways of looking at this. Depending on who you are as a driver, whoa, big crash as Fenzel, the leader, is involved.
Yeah. Go back
there goes
and watch
out the window.
I don't know if he might have caught the wall or if Stephen and him might have got together, but let's watch the replay here. Got a feeling he caught the wall because Stephen wasn't near him here. He's up there on the cushion right now. We've been seeing him. We've been seeing them bumps all night long coming out here. But, boy, that also caught Jack Clevenger and Corey Kussler. But, yeah, you see Braden coming out of 4. Stephen's closing in on him right there. Oh, he just caught the wall, and that thing just started coming around. And next thing you know, yeah. And unfortunately, Brandon Schultz involved in that one, too, the third-place car.
So we got the leader and third place now out of the mix. So a tough break up front, but Goldner, talk about right place, right time, and Garrett Pepiot misses all that as well. I don't know the last time you guys have had somebody come from 17th to win, but he's got a chance of doing that here with 12 laps to go.
Definitely just keep digging here tonight, Eldora style here for the Renegades and for the season finale here. And who's going to pull the championship off? Who's going to pull this race off? Stephen Goldner out front right now has been the man. But Braden was there, and just one little slip, one little mistake. We've seen it all night long. They get up there. It's a thin line between, risk versus reward on that top side cushion in the wall.
And now with Brandon Schultz back in 21st place, really, if you're Goldner, do you want the win or do you want to stay out of trouble at this stage of the game? Because like I was saying, when the yellow came out, some guys like to win races. Some guys look at championships as the big goal. Guess it depends what you want here. But Goldner hoping to do both here tonight.
And with that, as the green flag flies, I know he would love to win. It's a racer mentality, always want to win. But, the ultimate goal here is win a championship. And he knows he doesn't want to get up there. If the guys behind him start getting a little bit aggressive, start slapping on him some there. As you see, Garrett Pepiot will slide almost inside of him. He's got to think about that too. He still could lose this thing here tonight, and we'll just have to see how it plays out. A big battle for around 4th and 5th.
Boy, that really worked out for him that time. Pepe at that slide job cost him about 5 or 6 car lengths. But like you said, if Goldner all of a sudden sees Pepe doing a slide job that he knows he's not going to clear him, he might just let him in to finish second and win that championship.
Absolutely. You got to think right there a little bit. Sometimes is it worth winning a race? If you've got the opening, go for it, but you definitely don't want to jeopardize that championship, especially as close as it is. Right now, an outstanding battle around 5th and 6th. You got Trevor right there along with Preston Cranmer, Larry Moody and company. They're throwing sliders left and right here. Still out front, Stephen Goldner, Garrett Pepe right there. Laps are winding down quickly.
Yeah, I'm watching that battle, like you said, right there for 5th with Cranmer and Grabow, and that's a pretty good one, as Grabow's going to take another look to the inside. He might have him this time. I think he did. Slide job. Got it.
Yeah, puts it on there. Is he going to be able to cross him over? Preston just didn't have the momentum to be able to get it done yet. He'll think about it in the next 2 turns here, trying to look down on that inside, but just got to get that bite off the turn. Not got it so far. Trevor pulls away. Yellow flag's out. Corey Kussler's around.
And even though you might be sitting there going, why don't they come right back the very next corner? Even though this track looks like the ends are exactly the same, they are not. They are just a little bit different. So what you do in 1 and 2 might not necessarily work in 3 and 4. I mean, they're close, but they are different.
Yes, it is. So Stephen Goldner out front, Garrett Pepe there in second, Kyle Mooney hanging on the third, Jess Bandy there in 4th, Trevor Grappio hanging on to 5th here, top 5 guys, and it's a wild one here. Laps winding down, and I know the butterflies have got to be turning on Steven's part there, as we know if he wins this thing, he definitely wins the championship, and well, that's just the icing on the cake, so to speak. But Garrett have enough. Essentially, we're not quite to a green-white checker. We
probably will be, yeah.
We will be, yeah, by the time that lights go off on the pace car there. And you know, one of the neat things coming next season, and iRacing does have it implemented here, is, you know, in real dirt racing, they don't count the caution laps here. They do have that in iRacing, and I know a lot of people are like, well, Joe, what are you talking about, the green checker? That's some NASCAR stuff, you know, and I know the old argument between dirt and, you know, asphalt and whatnot, but they did that this season because it wasn't 100% sure on. They did have a little trouble with the caution things, but all that's been figured out. So next season, they will be implementing that. So the caution laps won't count. That'll be awesome.
You know, another guy I wanted to give a shout out here quickly too before we get back to green is Jesse Bandy. Started 14th, finished 4th in his qualifying. He is now up to 4th.
And green flag flies. Garrett's going to see if he can't give it all he's got. Remember, if the white flag flies, it won't matter. They can kill themselves on here. And Garrett Pepe down the inside. What will Steven do? Will he try to crisscross him over and risk it here? He's going to look, but I think he understands Garrett has got a fast car. Does. White flag one more time here, but oh, wait a minute. Garrett slipped a little bit down the back stretch. They're going to go in the final turn.
Well, I think Garrett said that line worked so well the last time, I might as well run it again. Checkered flag is out. 17th to 1st for Garrett Pepe, and what a run.
Yes, Garrett Pepe from 17th to the front wins the Renegades here tonight for the season finale.
That's impressive.
Goldner, yes, it is. Stephen Goldner comes in second. Jess Bandy, you talked about him, coming home in 3rd here.
Nice run. Nice.
Whew, I tell you, it was heated.
That's some good racing. Yes. Kyle Barker, 21st to 6th. I mean, Jeffrey Barker, 13th to 7th. Larry Moody, 18th to 8th. Jeff Fitzpatrick, 19th to 9th. Wow, what a racing track tonight. What a show they put on here on championship night.
What a way to cap off the season here. What a way to showcase these drivers here at the GForce Racing League. Josh Weekend Stream team here and everyone involved. As we're going to wait to get some of these guys up here, but and we do know that pretty much Stephen Goldner is going to pull off here tonight the championship for this Renegade series that has been just wide open all night long. Can't wait for old Jess Bandy to jump up here. We'll get a word with him. We'll get a word with Garrett. Then we'll get a word with our second place and champ there, Stephen Goldner.
That was impressive. And we wondered what would happen if Pepe did decide to make that slide job. And I think you and I both called that right. Goldner, I think at that moment said, I got to think bigger picture. He did, got second and got the championship.
Well, let's bring up 3rd place man here, Jess Bandy here, who came out of nowhere. Jess, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, out of nowhere, came home here in third for the season finale here for the Renegades. How does it feel to come home out of here at Eldora in that place?
It's nice just to finish strong at the end of the season. I had 3 weeks in a row there were just really bad luck, and just felt good to redeem myself and be able to put on a strong performance and just feel good about it at the end, I guess, for once.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a strong performance to cap off the summer heat style series here that we've got going for GForce Racing and us Weekend Stream team. Well, coming home third here in the Renegades. Got anybody you want to thank?
Everybody at BBR. I mean, it's just amazing the crew that we have, and we all get along. We just click really well. So supportive and just have a good time. Lots of laughs. Just takes the pressure off the racing, and that's where it's at.
Gotta love it. Taking the pressure, like you say, just made it clean, easy, and calm, cool, and collective. And again, congratulations on that third there, Jesse.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Jesse Bandy right there, third place, man. Well, let's bring this guy up here in the Malcolm Mills victory lane because he puts it in the victory lane here. Garrett Pepia, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
Sure do.
Well, Garrett, I tell you what, slide job move on the last laps there to get you up into the win here for the season finale here at Eldora. How's it feel to put it in victory lane for the Renegade?
Oh man, I knew I had a faster car. I just had to pick the time and place to do it.
I mean, now let me ask a question. Now, obviously, you knew the point situation. I'm gonna say that you knew the point situation. Going up there battling with a guy that really has a lot to lose, does that make you kind of nervous as a driver to get up there to maybe want to get close?
No, not really. I knew I was gonna run him fairly clean. I lifted the restart before because I knew what was at stake, and I'm not trying to drive anybody dirty or anything like that. But I knew I had a faster car, and I knew I could get him around him clean and win the race.
Hey, and you definitely did. You did that slider on him and made it look smooth and clean out there. To put it in victory lane here, the Malcolm Mills victory lane that is here for the Weekend Stream Team Renegade Series. You got anybody you want to thank?
Oh yeah, everybody at Momentum Sim Sports, FEG Ford Entertainment Group for building me my PC to compete with these guys and put on a great show for all the fans and Roger and you guys to stream. Race Lab Apps, Alex Hanna Gaming, Velocity Race Designs for making me some awesome paints.
Outstanding there, Garrett. I tell you what, you did an outstanding job this whole entire season. And again, congratulations on that win tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Right, there's Garrett Pepia. Well, this guy right here came home in second, almost pulled the victory off here tonight. But he is also our Renegade Series champ. Stephen Goldner, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Champ is in the house here. One position off of making it a win and a championship. But what was going through your mind when you saw Garrett just fly by you there on that slingshot move?
I saw him do it the lap before, or the caution before there, and I kind of expected it again. I didn't really get the best start of what I needed, but still happy with second, but that win would have felt a lot better.
Tell us what it means to be the Renegade champion here in the GForce Racing League for the Weekend Stream Team, and just all the work it's taken to get you to this point. I mean, I've watched it throughout the entire season. You've been strong, consistent, all season long. So that's what it means as a team and as a driver to do that.
Oh, it's huge. I've been trying to, perform well for the last couple seasons here, and finally put a season together where I didn't have too many bad races, and it worked out good. I'm happy. It's been a long road here.
Well, I'll tell you what, how does the champs in the house sound there to you? Because you are the champion here in the Renegade Series. Again, congratulations. You got anybody you want to thank for, it's an outstanding season, everything that's put on?
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to thank RK Automotive, all the help. Beagles helped me out throughout the year, SGR, and some testing with Bandy Built Racing. They're good group guys, good fast guys. So I learned a little bit from them and put it in the last couple weeks here, and it's been pretty good.
I tell you what, it has definitely been an awesome job. Awesome to see all you guys out here racing. Roger, I tell you, the man right here, Stephen Goldner, did what he needed to do all night long. Almost pulled the victory off, but man, what a championship show in there for the Renegades for him.
It was a great run, and a big shout out to Brandon Schultz, who was down 10th, I think, a few weeks ago, and made a real good charge. He was the defending champion. There's a big part of me is really, really happy for Steven Goldner. Steven's an old 360 driver for Mushweek Speedway, so he's one of the original members, and it was great to see him. He's improved dramatically in the last few seasons, and it's really gratifying to see him pull off the win. But it was a great show tonight between the two of them. It's unfortunate that Brandon got caught up in a bit of a wreck.
Thanks, Roger.
I tell you what, Steve, man, that is awesome. Bringing the real racing and experience over here to the virtual world, and awesome to do it. And a champion here tonight again. Congratulations, Steven.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, there you go. And I tell you what a way to cap off the season here. Roger, what an outstanding one. We got a lot of announcements coming up here soon for the GForce Racing, but you got any final words on this one?
No, it was, these guys just continually, they're the showcase of our league. They make us proud. They just run great every week. And you heard him there. He was practicing with the bandy team. So, Brandon might have almost brought him about his own demise by, giving him a few tips there. So that's a great thing to see. We consider ourselves a community league, and that's a great example of it. And you're right. This has been a great season, but next season, look out. We got lots of big things planned, and it's going to be great. So stay tuned. Every day there'll be another announcement next week.
Well, I tell you what, my sentiments on that one. It was an awesome race here at Eldora. Doug, what a way to cap this thing off here at Eldora. We have seen some crazy, wild action here. And before we go here, what's your thoughts?
Well, it was, like you said, it was a tough break for Brandon Schultz. I felt badly for him. But Steven Goldner, I mean, he stayed out of trouble the whole race. He gave when he had to give. And like you said, you were talking about the drivers practicing together. That's the one thing I think that racing has that maybe a lot of other sports don't. Everybody kind of pulls for each other. They want to see people run better. But hats off, too, for Garrett Pepiot. He moved up 16 points. 16 positions. Kyle Parker moved up 15. Just shows how really good the competition is in this league.
There you go, folks. I tell you what, I hope you enjoyed it there and enjoyed the night here of racing for the GForce Racing League as we're going to leave Eldora, crown 3 champions here tonight. Some outstanding racing. That concludes here the Oshweek Stream team, Malcolm Mills, and all the other great sponsors here at the GForce Racing League, GForce TV, here for the summer series. Hey, there'll be more stuff, but for myself and everyone here, have a good night.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't